Claire's in Bountiful, not in Chicago. She's in Bountiful.
Bountiful. Okay.
Why this song? Why 25 or 64?
Well, so when we're deciding on our opening number, oftentimes it is a birthday.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it is a death day.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes there's a story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. On this day in 1969, the band Chicago needed to unwind. After an exhausting tour opening for Jimi Hendrix, yes, Chicago, opened for Jimi Hendrix, the band needed an afternoon away from the pressure of performing alongside one of the most prolific guitarists in the world. The entire band decided to enjoy the LA sunshine and go to a baseball game because the Dodgers were playing their beloved
I know this story.
Chicago Cubs.
I know what happened.
The Chicago Cubs beat the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So, you're not at your home field, but you're celebrating.
Yes, you are.
There were 4 Marines who were Dodgers fans there.
Oh, what could go wrong?
There was a fight.
Looked over and saw Peter said they didn't like my long, shaggy hair.
Peter Cetera, the lead singer for Chicago.
Yeah.
And they clocked him.
Yep.
Yeah.
They said, "Hug you, hippie."
Yeah.
And punched him in the face, and he fell down the stairs. He ended up being in intensive care for several days. And when you think of Peter Cetera, don't you kind of think of him as having this weird jaw position when he sings?
I don't really know, but
he does. And he said, that incident changed how I sing.
According to the recollection of producer James William Guerco and horn player Lee Lagaine, Cetera had to record the vocals for that song, while his jaw was still wired together. Mm-hmm. He said he'd been attacked at the baseball game, and Guercio, whatever his name is, said to Cetera, I can't wait. He told Cetera, I can't wait. We've got to do this. And Peter Cetera said, okay, man. And sang that song with his jaw wired shut. Not completely shut, but there was still wired up. Mm-hmm. And they did it. And people puzzle over the title of that song.
It's
which is what? No, wait. It's 20. It's 25 or 64. So ask me what time it is.
What time is it?
It's 25 or 64. That's all it is. But the way it's phrased, it's
either 25 or 26 before 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 25 or 6 to 4. That's all. But people, it got banned in Singapore because they said it was certainly about drugs.
Certainly.
Well, how could that be about what? What about those numbers means drugs?
It's code, Gina.
Oh,
code.
It's all code these days.
Like 420? Is it like
that?
Yeah. Is there any other Chicago song that I actually like?
No.
I'm trying to think. I like that song, but is there any other one that I like? No. No.
Nope.
They just got all wimpy and simpy, and I mean that song really rocks. No.
Oh, you might like.
How about Saturday in the Park?
What?
I think
this is okay.
July.
This one's okay.
I like this one. Okay.
That's not Peter Cetera, though, is it?
No,
That's
the vocal,
somebody
no.
else.
I remember Blood, Sweat, and Tears was a big deal at the time. And somebody said to me, I can play a band for you that out-sweats Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and played 25 or 64. And I went, oh, well, yeah.
In this one instance, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. These are terrible.
Yeah.
Why did they get all simpy? I get.
But that's when they started having
just
big
money.
hits and money.
Yeah.
That's when
So just repeat that.
Yeah.
Did they not ever rock out again?
Not really.
Just these pompous ballads?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Man.
Pompous Ballads is a good band.
Yeah.
No, that's
Hey,
an NPR reporter.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We're the Pompous Ballads. Yeah, no, it'd be a reporter.
Yeah, I don't think you need to go down the Chicago hole.
They're
today.
not.
You
They're
don't?
just
I don't
terrible,
think
aren't
you-
they?
You don't.
I don't think
You
you,
know-
need to.
Now, Mike in Nashville will be thrilled to hear this. We make fun of the Dave Matthews Band.
Sure.
But, come on, Chicago is terrible.
Oh, I can't stand it. And
They got like 2 or 3.
yeah, I mean,
You know.
but 25 or 6-4, that's good. I like that a lot. I forgot how much I like that song.
And and I don't like Peter Cetera because he was mean to Jane Seymour when they dated for a minute.
What did he not hold the door open for her? He didn't hold the door open for me.
I don't remember what he did, but I just remember he was not nice to
But
her.
it was
when-
something.
He did something.
Let's see, Brad Wheeler's weighing. Try on getting stronger every day by
I
Chicago.
was just going to say, I found that one.
That's Brad. Hi, Brad.
Morning, Brad.
You know, I think the FCC says you're not supposed to do that.
What?
You're not supposed to. I think there used to be a rule, maybe it isn't anymore, that you're not supposed to do personal messages and things on the
We do
on the
that
radio.
all the time.
Well, isn't it a personal message when you say, K96, it's Chicago. This one's going out to Tony, who's recovering, doing very well. He's feeling stronger every day on K96.
You know, you shouldn't be be here. You should be at K96. You really should be.
I am at K96.
Yeah, technically.
I've worked here before. All right. Anyway.
Well, there we are.
All right.
Thanks for that.
Someday I'll do that and retire. You know.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
You betcha.
Oh, Jane Seymour and Peter Cetera were supposed to go to an award show, and he broke up with her right before they left. She had a see-through Versace pantsuit ready to go. And he said, no, I'm breaking up with you.
That's it. I can't go on.
Well, she showed him.
Yeah. He got a good look at her, saw that fine downy hair all over her face, and went, "Oh, geez, I'm not going with her." All right, let's take a break, and we'll come back with your check-ins. 877-602-9696. 877-602-9696. That's the number you can check in with us. You can also text us if you like. That number be 339.
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day. And today's word is...
Ta. Ta. Listen carefully. You'll hear the mayor of Mona, Utah, and his son Denver have a conversation with ta words sprinkled liberally throughout. Now the mayor of Mona, Don Criddle.
I'm the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and I've got a message for the town councils of some of Mona's neighboring communities. We here in Mona are tired of taking in your people. There's folks from down to Nephi and folks from up to Santaquin and some from the surrounding areas, you know, like over to Goshen, who've been flooding across our town borders. They're coming to the Young Living Lavender Farm. They're coming to use our rope swing out to the pond. And these border crossers aren't the best people. A lot of them are drinkers and smokers and such. Now, I'm sure some of them are very fine people, but it's just too much. So today, I'm going to authorize our town council to take action.
What kind of action do you think the council will take, Daddy? Because if it was up to me, I know what I'd do about this immigration problem. I know what to do to stop it, Daddy.
I'm probably going to be sorry I asked this, but what you would the future mayor of Mona, Denver Criddle, what would you do to stop the flow of them people coming to our town?
It's simple, Daddy. We got to build a wall. We got to build a big wall, a beautiful wall, the biggest, the best wall all around Mona City. That would stop them.
All right, Denver, a wall. You're right. That would control them immigrants from Santaquin and the like from coming here. But hell, son, that's a lot of work to build a wall around the whole city. You need materials and manpower for a project such as that, don't you know?
I know, Daddy. And I got an idea about that, too. We get a bunch of junked cars from the auto salvage place, and then we pile them junkers all around the town border. And then, you know what we also have an embarrassing abundance of here in Mona, don't you?
Yep, that would be tumbleweeds.
Mm-hmm.
We do have an embarrassment of tumbleweeds in this town.
That's right, Daddy. We got more tumbleweeds than we have residents of Mona. So we take as many tumbleweeds as we need, and we put them all around the border, kind of fill in any gaps that there might be. Because I'm telling you, Daddy, folks trying to sneak into Mona from up to Santaquin or down to Nephi will get one look at that junk car and tumbleweed barricade. They'll hightail it right back to wherever they came from.
Son, I think you may have something. I'm going to head over to the council meeting right now and pitch it to them.
Will you tell him it was my idea, Daddy? It was my idea.
No, I won't. I'll tell him that this idea came from the future mayor of Mona, Utah, whose last name just happens to be Criddle.
But it was my idea, Daddy, not the future. Oh, wait. That is me, isn't it, Daddy? Tell them that I am their retribution.
Denver, you don't catch on quick, but you do eventually catch on.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the
All right,
Utah natives speak
6:19,
with
let's get
the
this over.
Utah
All right,
word
let's
of the day.
we'll officially begin the program, and then you can do it. You can do it like that guy said. You can call us 877-602-9696, or you can text us if you like 33986. Have we a sponsor here?
Click it or ticket. Remember to buckle up your loved ones every trip, every seat, every age. A message by the Utah Department of Public Safety. Visit clickit.utah.gov.
The moon is half gone. 50% of full right
Already?
now. Yeah.
Wow.
Waning crescent now. Getting
I'm worried
into
about it now.
It'll be okay. Because we'll have a new moon very soon and then a full moon on June 11th. The moon will set today at 1:16 p.m., today being Tuesday. It's the 20th day of May in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. It's Be a Millionaire Day.
Okay.
Do something that makes you feel like a millionaire.
Like $1 million bucks?
Because you ain't never going to be a millionaire.
I think I'll go steal from a poor person today.
Do that. It's Flower Day. And
general flower?
Just flower, yeah. Just, flowers, beautiful flowers. And it's World Bee Day. Because bees and flowers certainly go together. And I love bees because they make honey. It's National Stop Nausea Day.
Okay.
Which I would say, if you want to do that, turn this show off right now. And it's Eliza Doolittle Day, celebrating a classic and memorable character from musical theater.
The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain.
The rain
On the
in
plain?
Spain falls mainly in the plain. And where is that ruddy plain? In Spain. And this is an all-new edition of the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson. There he is. Hi, I'm Bill Allred. It's Gina Barberi right over there. Katie for short is our fine producer. And Maya made it.
Maya had
made it.
car trouble.
A little bit of car trouble this morning, but here she is helping out. And the dog is in there as well. Vax, I believe. Yep, there he is.
No car trouble for...
No. Snoozing away. All right, so we'll go to check-ins now, 877-602-9696, or text us 33986.
We'll start off with Mike in Nashville.
Hi, Mike. Mike in Nashville, how are you?
Good morning, Lords. I'm well. How are you?
Fine. Are you being spared the horrible weather and the tornadoes?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we're south of them this time. They're going through Missouri and Kentucky, and it's bad up there. But we should get some severe weather today, this afternoon. But it's more supposed to be just straight line winds and not tornadoes.
I wonder how our photographer in St. Louis is doing.
I don't know. I haven't heard from that person for a while. Yeah, St. Louis is bad. As a matter of fact, there's a boner candidate associated with that today. What's up, Mike?
Well, I want to thank you guys for playing Chicago. I know you've mentioned me about your distaste for them for the most part, but it's actually one of my mom's favorite bands, Chicago.
Well, of course it
she
is.
Would be she'd be 78 today. It's her birthday today. If she were still alive, so I really appreciate you playing that. Her favorite song by Chicago is "Color My World." One of those early ballads.
Yes.
Yeah,
she remembers from her high school days.
Very sleepy.
Yeah, she really she just loved those sort of sweet, sappy love songs.
Yep.
Well,
yeah, but she always got misty-eyed when she'd hear it. So,
all right. Well,
and
I'm glad.
I saw Peter Cetera one time when I was in J.C. Penney here in Nashville one time.
Did you punch him in the face?
Did you take a swing at him? Take a swing at him.
I didn't know who he was.
No.
Actually, he checked out first, and then right behind, I was right behind him, and the checkout person said, "Do you know who that was in front of you?" I said, "No." She said, "Peter Cetera," and I said, "Who?"
That didn't ring a bell either.
It didn't ring a bell for me at the time, so I had to look him up later. Oh, okay.
And if you'd
Cetera.
known, you would have taken a swing at him.
Yes.
Right?
Oh yeah. I would have had my fist ready.
All right. Well, thanks for checking in
Mike.
with us, Mike. See ya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go to Braden.
Braden.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, what's up?
Thank you for letting me listen.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to call and say that I experienced Kilby Block Party this weekend for the first time, and that was a lot of fun. I highly recommend anyone and everyone to do that.
Good. I'm glad you had a good time. What particularly did you see that really got to you?
Well, there was a band, Gentlemen of Four. I don't remember their name, but it was a punk band, and they were really fun. They had the crowd going wild. I really enjoyed them.
Was it Gang of Four?
The Gang of Four, that's correct.
Yes.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun.
I like Gentlemen of Four. That's a different
Not very punk.
There were four gentlemen. All right, Braden.
Glad you had a good time.
And look up Gang.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Look up Gang of Four. Go down a Gang of Four hole today. You'll thank me. All right. We interviewed a couple of the guys.
Yeah, in London.
Yeah.
Been around forever.
Yep. Bus driver Troy checking in. Let's see. Zoology teacher Vanessa checking in. 8 more days of school, and I'm spending today taking 114 high school zoology students to the zoo.
Wow, that sounds
Not
That's
fun.
a nightmare. And taking 67 marine science students to the aquarium for their final exam. Please wish for my sanity. Yeah, wow.
You can do it.
That is brave. Mixer driver Shane checking in from Spanish Fork. Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in from Dallas, Texas. I enjoyed way too barbecue last night.
Too much.
Too much, I'm guessing, but it was worth it. Hendrix said Chicago guitarist Terry Kath was better than him.
Really? He was just being nice.
Yeah, I think so.
Did Dave Matthews do a cover of the opening song?
Quite possibly.
25 or 64. Well, Mike didn't say, so
He would have if there
Yeah.
had been a reference. He would have made it.
that would be my guess. Right Wing Wade checking in. Stay the Night by Chicago.
Stay the night.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what you're doing.
It sounds like that.
It's a hit.
Sounds exactly
Does it?
like
It
that.
does. It really does.
Well, it's really bad then.
Bay Area mixer driver checking in. Chris in Salt Lake. Let's see. You have to go earlier. Chicago Transit Authority days if you want good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
That's right. I forgot they were the Chicago Transit Authority.
Zane of Dallas checking in. Did Handsome Bill Allred have Dawn and Denver over for dinner for Bill's big day?
No.
Let's see. Top of the morning. Dan of Evanston checking in. Cajun Chuck checking in. Does anybody really know what time it is?
Does anybody really care?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Joseph from Layton checking in. Can we all agree today's a very Monday-like Tuesday?
Okay, sure.
I think so.
Oh, that means the week's longer. I don't like that.
We have a consensus. Let's see. Rye from Orem checking in. Jocelyn checking in from Sandy. Patrick, the friendly neighborhood middle school teacher. Last full week of the year. Meshach of Erta checking in. Chicago ranks way down there with REO Speedwagon, Air Supply, and the worst of all, Starship.
Yeah. Starship was awful.
Michaela Verino checking in. Johnny B checking in, listening while staying in bed a little late.
Oh, well, good for you.
Tim the Tree Guy checking in. Hate Chicago. Terrible band.
Yeah.
Let's see. Woodworker Willie.
Starship was awful because they came from a really good band.
Jefferson Airplane.
Yeah. And then just... ugh.
So
And then Jefferson Starship, and then just Starship.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, they're laughing their way to the bank
Oh, yeah. They made a lot of money.
on just that one song.
We built this city, right?
Yeah. They made a ton, and they're still making money.
A horrible song.
Grace Slicks, she talks about the money that she gets just from that one,
Yeah.
what you guys call the worst song in the world, she said. And it's on a toilet paper commercial right now.
It is?
We quilt this city with a comfy roll.
Oh, my God. I have not seen this. I've not heard this. We quilt this city.
It's the worst commercial I've seen.
Lord.
Next to that Haribo Gummies football players one.
So do they get free toilet paper, too? They should.
They should. Grace should get.
Grace needs a lot of toilet
Yes.
paper.
Midvale's Roused Hour checking in. GM first-time checker inner, long-time listener, southbound Paris Lane Freeway. Oh, that's a...
Parish Lane?
Dale, don't riff me. I don't know. It's all code. That entire message made no sense to me. My parents loved Peter Cetera for the same reasons they thought he was attractive. Ugh.
Both your parents thought he was attractive?
Dad, stop
Do
it!
they have...
You're embarrassing me.
But he's so handsome.
I can't help it, son.
Right Wing Wade checking in from I-15 says both lanes running smoothly. Thanks, Wade, Infiniteam member that usually checks in first, but all of you are members. Let me know what you're seeing. 33986 is where you do that.
All right. We will play a song, take a break. Take a break, play a song. Then we'll have some big boy news and the Dead Celebrity Game with Frank Christ all coming up. What's the prize for?
Oh, why don't we
curious.
do Sleep Theory tickets?
All right.
Okay.
Coming up. Stand by for that. And, all that on the way. RanLife.com/X96.
Yeah, I've mentioned, of course, that I've worked with RanLife. They're home mortgages. They're a local mortgage company. I've worked with them for years. They're really reliable, and they seriously know how to help you make the most out of your home, get the value out of it. Right now, well, it's the perfect time to tap into your home equity, whether you're thinking about remodeling your kitchen or upgrading your backyard for summer barbecues, or maybe just taking that dream trip to Europe. Maybe you don't need to upgrade your home. You need to upgrade yourself. Your home equity can help make that happen. Just don't sit on the value that you've built up in your home. Put it to work. Go to ranlife.com/X96. Find out how much equity you have and how to access that equity. That's ranlife.com/X96, because summer ought to be more than bills and wish lists. Make it happen with RanLife.
To hide, but there's no avoiding the next few minutes of radio airtime. That's right. It's time for another scintillating edition of Beat Gina. I'm your announcer, Johnny O, with this important word. Want to try something delightfully different from Kool-Aid? It's golden nectar flavor.
Ooh.
A wonderful cool-off drink with just a touch of tang.
I remember this.
Stir up a frosty pitcher full for your family today. One packet makes 2 quarts of golden nectar Kool-Aid.
Yes.
And now, here he is, the tangiest game show host at work today, Kerry Jackson.
Oh, thank you, Johnny Ola. Golden Nectar.
You
Sounds
seem to
horrible.
remember all of those weird products.
Yes, I remember Golden Nectar. I also remember Apple, when they did apple-flavored Kool-Aid.
Yes, that's right.
With very
It's
controversial.
not apple juice.
It was supposed to taste like apple juice, but it did not. It failed miserably.
Gina, you know none of the Kool-Aid drinks, grape Kool-Aid or But no, there are no grapes.
No?
No.
Let's see. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Looks like Josie is who you'll be playing against, Gina. Josie, are you there?
Yes, hello.
Hi, Josie.
All right, Josie,
Hi.
we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game if you call it correctly. So heads or tails?
Tails.
Tells?
Tells never fells.
There you go. And it's heads.
Oh,
Well,
it felled.
It fell to that
Sorry,
time.
Josie.
Heads always threads. That's what they say.
That's okay.
That's right. So that means Gina gets the first question to answer on her own. It's multiple choice. If she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, Josie, we'll come to you. You've been paying attention. You can answer the same question correctly and steal the point away from Gina. All right. Catherine O'Hara trivia, because it is her birthday today. She is 70-something.
Need to explain who Catherine O'Hara is.
She's the mom on Schitt's Creek.
The
She's
actress.
the mom in
Yes.
Home Alone.
Home Alone. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
She's a treasure.
Yes. And she's not an American treasure.
She's a Canadian treasure.
She's Canadian, but there you go.
Well, then why are we doing this?
I don't know. All right, let's get this going here. First question for Gina. Gina,
Yes.
in Schitt's Creek, Moira, the character that she plays, claims to have made a dish for her family all the time using her mother's recipe. What was this dish that she claims she made all the time using her mother's recipe? Was it one, let's give them pumpkin to talk about? Is it two, my big fat Greek spreading? Is it three, baba ganoush? Or four, chicken enchiladas?
Chicken enchiladas.
Very good. Wow.
There we go. Point for Gina. Now to Josie.
Josie, when Catherine O'Hara was participating in Danny Elfman's 2013 Live The Nightmare Before Christmas event, that's where they perform live on stage with an orchestra and the movie behind them. What did she receive when she participated? Was it one, a life-size Sally statue, two, a standing ovation, three, $50 in Kohl's cash, or four, a laurel and hearty handshake?
Two.
Standing ovation is correct.
Standing O. The score is tied 1-1.
Gina, Moira on Schitt's Creek is dismayed to learn that she can no longer find what online?
Okay.
Was it one, her favorite peanut brittle recipe? Excuse me. Is it two, nude photos of herself? Three, MySpace. Just all of it.
Just all, not just her page, but all of it. Okay.
Or four, an honest podcaster.
They were her nude photos.
David.
2 points. One for Josie. Josie, you could tie it here.
We have to find those.
She was young and beautiful and wanted to.
She was thrilled that they were out there.
She wanted them out there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Laurel, your question.
No, Josie.
Josie. Sorry.
Laurel and
Hearty
and
handshake. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Josie, according to Rotten Tomatoes, what is her highest rated movie by critics?
Critics.
By critics. The highest rated movie by critics. Is it one, Diarrhea Planet? Is it two, Temple Grandin? Is it three, Schindler's Pissed? Or four, Killed the Family and Went to the Movies?
Oh. One.
Diarrhea Planet? Surprisingly, it's not Diarrhea Planet. I put that one in to trick you.
And this will just keep the Gina Barbieri Laugh Fest
I
going.
know, Gina.
It's the Temple Grandin movie.
Temple Grandin.
She played Temple Grandin?
No,
played the
but
entire
she was
temple.
she was
But she
in
was in
the
it?
movie.
Yes.
Well, that Gina just won the game.
Because of
There you go.
Diarrhea Planet.
Josie, that was
Josie,
terrible.
No, it was wonderful. I enjoyed that very much, and I'm so delighted that even though I beat you, I'm going to give you these Simple Plan tickets anyway.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Hang on the line. We'll tell you how to get those tickets.
You see, Josie just jumped right in there with thank you very much.
Yeah.
That was
Didn't
smart.
have to be reminded.
Yes.
Listen, I'm going to go home. Mrs. Ola just called me. She's mixed up a big pitcher of Tang.
Ooh. All right. Thank you very much. Pause.
In 1958. 1958. Wow. She's that much older than. Okay. Yeah, cute little Jane Whelan was born. She's still cute.
She's still cute.
Of course, you can be older and cute.
Sure.
Look at me.
You're adorable.
Aren't I cute? Yeah. Never mind.
You're adorable. I said
never
you're
mind.
adorable.
Never mind. Never mind.
So thirsty.
And hungry.
Yes. All right. Well, we got some big boy news and opinioendo now. Then right after that, it's Frank Christ Presents. They're fine. They're just fine. The Dead Celebrity Game. I'm going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead, and if you pick the dead one correctly, you will win.
Tickets to see Sleep Theory with special guests Nevertell, Oxymorons, and Stray View Friday, June 6th at the Complex.
All right, so you get those concert tickets. All you got to do is play the game. Frank Christ Presents coming up after this big boy news. Call and line up when you feel the need. Of course, the sooner the better. 877-602-9696. News brought to you by
Jerry Steiner Cadillac. Celebrate their new location with an incredible buying experience for your dream car. Come in today and experience the Steiner difference.
Well, we mentioned this yesterday. Sesame Street is going to Netflix. The iconic children's series will debut its 56th season on Netflix later this year, along with 90 hours of previous episodes. Netflix and Sesame Workshop announced Monday. Now, so people were worried, oh, am I going to have Netflix to see Sesame Street? No. New episodes will also continue to air on PBS stations.
This is like the best
and
of
PBS
all
Kids
worlds,
platforms on the same day. What did you say?
This is the best of all worlds. That Netflix is kind of swooping in to save them, but that'll still be available on PBS. I'm happy with all of this.
Yeah, that's so. I just wanted to make that clear. I thought yesterday, oh, geez, people are going to have Netflix to see it. That's too bad.
Have the whole story.
Yeah, but
at that time.
That's it's great news. Great news. Following the shocking weekend arrest of a man accused of holding a Mill Creek family of 7 hostage for about 6 months, police said Monday there's still a lot of investigating to do. Dominic Christopher Garcia, 23 years old, arrested Sunday for investigation of 7 counts of each of aggravated assault and other charges. A husband, wife, and 5 children, one of whom police say is a juvenile, were controlled by Mr. Garcia, who created an atmosphere of fear by claiming that he was affiliated with a dangerous cartel that would harm them if they did not do what he told them to do. This seems like a very, it's because these people were not just held in the house all the time. They went to work. They went to school. Garcia started dating one of the group's adult daughters in November, but soon after moving in with the family in early 2025, Mr. Garcia started telling the family they could not leave the residence without his permission, and he typically allowed them to leave the home for only a couple of hours each day or risk retaliation from his people, he said, the cartel members, whom he claimed were always watching them. On Monday, police were asked how one man could hold so much influence over 7 people for that long and whether anyone tried to seek help. Those are questions that we're still going to be investigating. A lot of interviews have to be done with some of these family members, said a police official. I think for everyone, coercion is different. I can't speak for this family in particular. I think that will come through in the interview process, but coercion can work for different people in different capacities, different ways. Questions about whether neighbors noticed anything unusual, whether any of the adults were missing from their jobs, or if the child missed school were all a part of the ongoing investigation. Police believe Garcia maintained control over his victims by, in part, being armed at all times and making sure that they knew he had a weapon. He's also accused of taking the entire family on a month-long road trip.
This is very strange.
Across Utah, spending a lot of time in southern Utah, and forcing a family member to buy a gun for him. It's very, very, very odd. Let's see. As Republicans in the U.S. House propose steep cuts to Medicaid over the next 10 years, advocates in Utah say they're worried children will lose access to medical care. These cuts are going to impact low-income kids who need it most, said Cyriac Alvarez Valley, senior policy analyst at the nonprofit Voices for Utah Children. About 46% of Utahns enrolled in Medicaid are kids. 18% of births in the Beehive State are covered by health insurance programs for low-income people.
It's not lazy people living in their mom's basement like they keep saying.
Listen, I feel bad for these kids, but let's be honest. Those billionaires need their tax break.
Federal prosecutors included images from social posts from Jeremiah Joseph Evans, the Bull.
Oh, that guy?
In their sentencing memorandum, arguing that he used FOMO, or fear of missing out, to lure investors. He did this primarily through carefully curated online content, targeting his network of friends and followers with the version of FOMO he wanted them to see: exotic trips, private jets, swanky parties, luxury goods, social access, fancy cars, and any other material or accoutrement that Evans associated with success. At his famed AlphaCon in 2022 in downtown Salt Lake, conference organizer and self-proclaimed alpha entrepreneur Jeremiah the Bull Evans made a profanity-laden declaration of independence during the conference. "No one will ever, ever tell me what to do," he said. "I live a life of freedom because I don't care what regulations come out of this country. I don't care what they try to do. You can't effing tell me what to do.
Yes,
I'm the effing king." Well, now he's going to prison.
Yeah.
He cheated a lot of people out of a lot of money, and he was a big turd. Let's see. It won't be a good year for a Goodyear tire executive. Crime reporter Gina Barberi has the details.
Top executive at Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, who earned nearly $5 million in annual compensation, is no longer with the firm after Belgian authorities arrested his mistress for allegedly stabbing his wife to death.
Whoa.
Chris Delaney, who held the title of president over Europe, Middle East, and Africa region of the Ohio-based Goodyear Company, no longer works for the company. Neither does his alleged lover, a married Belgian woman named Greet Vanderput. His executive assistant. Yeah, they fired her too. They'll do that if you murder somebody.
What's her first name?
Greet
Vanderput.
Chris Delaney returned to his apartment one day in the upscale part of Brussels after work on March 17th and found his wife, Carmel, dead on the floor, having suffered at least 4 stab wounds. Yeah. Since Chris does not speak French, he called his mistress and said, "Will you call the police for me? Something's happened to my wife." He didn't know it was her that killed her. They originally thought...
When did she break it to him?
They originally thought this was a botched robbery because there were some things stolen from the apartment. After police studied the camera footage from outside the business, they suspected it was this woman who has a horse stable. They went to the horse stable, and you know, when you do things like this, you got to think things through. The watches, the expensive watches that she stole, were just lying there in the stable, like on a countertop.
Well, that's
You'd never do that.
No, you got to think these things through. Greet Vanderput is now in jail.
If only she'd watched more Dateline.
For years, Republicans have been up in arms about the activities in Ukraine of Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, when the former was vice president. They unsuccessfully pursued an alleged $5 million bribe reported by a whistleblower who was later convicted of perjury. They were never able to substantiate their accusations.
Nope.
Now, however, Republicans remain silent, as Donald Trump shamelessly uses his position as president and the White House itself to enrich himself personally and boost his family's businesses, both in the United States and abroad. Neither conflicts of interest nor ethical considerations are a deterrent for the businessman who is also the president of the United States. Trump's behavior is unprecedented, except perhaps for his own actions during his first term, when his Washington hotel benefited from his position in the White House. This time around, his brazenness is even greater. as demonstrated by his meme coin,
Yep.
the crypto asset Trump. The president has offered to host the biggest investors in Trump currency at the White House, inviting them to an unforgettable gala dinner with the president. The meme coin is an asset with no intrinsic value. It has no asset backing it beyond the price that other investors are willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
The Trump family simply presents it as a kind of collectible. Other meme coins have collapsed hopelessly, but the Trump was also plummeting after the initial rush until the president offered the top 220 investors a dinner at his Virginia golf club.
It's not a bribe. I'm giving them a meme coin.
The winners,
A thing that doesn't exist.
A thing that doesn't exist.
the winners have invested more than $170 million for those privileges. But Hunter Biden's laptop.
Yeah.
House Republicans narrowly advanced President Trump's big tax cut package out of a key committee during a rare Sunday night vote, but just barely, as conservative holdouts are demanding quicker cuts to Medicaid. And
Yeah, they want more.
Yeah,
taken.
and
What?
green energy programs, and they're going to. And when they finally present this bill, they're going to do it at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, like you do. You know,
So
nothing to see here.
So that nobody will really pay attention.
Exactly.
Thousands of people from Texas to Kentucky cleaned up Monday from severe weather that killed more than 24 people and destroyed thousands of homes and buildings in 4 days in another round of tornadoes that struck the central U.S., and they're expecting more really just tough weather today in that area. And finally, this story. This is for you, Gina. It seems like every few weeks you see a video on TikTok of somebody staying in an Airbnb asking if a device is a hidden camera.
yes.
Most of us know the fingernail test for two-way mirrors, although it's not entirely accurate. It's still a good tip to keep in mind. But unfortunately, as technology has evolved, it's gotten into the hands of people who want to use it for the wrong things. Well, you can buy something called the detector.
Wait a minute.
It's on sale for $39.99.
That's money well spent.
And it may help you protect you from hidden cameras, GPS trackers, and more. The device can help ensure accurate detection. It has a strong anti-interference range and ability to visually identify hidden cameras. It also detects magnetic fields commonly used by GPS trackers. The model that's featured here for $39.99, an upgraded chipset that has a longer-lasting battery.
Oh, this, if you go to x96.com/live,
Yeah, there
you
it
see
is.
a picture of it.
Apparently, it really does work. The portable design makes it perfect for use in hotels, Airbnbs, in your car, or even in your own home.
Oh,
All right.
I'm getting it. Thanks,
Right.
Bill. That
Sure.
was nice of you to.
Yeah, it's on sale right now for $39.99.
Oh, good.
all right. Sports weather traffic.
Well, Drake placed a 7-figure bet on his Toronto Maple Leafs, but unfortunately the Leafs lost in Game 7 and their
poor
home ice on
Drake.
Sunday night to the Florida Panthers. He bet with his heart instead of his head. Oh, you should never do that. He placed a $1.25 million wager on the Leafs to pull off a win and advance to the finals, and he lost that all. Instead of the typical Drake curse about when his sports team lose, he flipped the script and said he blamed Justin Bieber, who's a massive Maple Leafs fan and attended the game with his wife Haley. He cursed it. It's the Bieber curse. Speaking of hockey, you've got the Panthers and the Hurricanes tonight at 6 o'clock, the Oilers and the Stars tomorrow at 6 o'clock also. In the NBA today, the Timberwolves and the Thunder at 6:30, and tomorrow the Pacers and the Knicks at 6 o'clock. That's your sports weather. So we're warming up a little bit. 70, mostly sunny for a high today. Tomorrow, 73. We'll be in the 80s by Thursday, it looks like.
Wow.
Traffic. Let's see if we've had a pretty good commute so far this morning. The only accident I see is eastbound SR 201 30th West in Salt Lake. And you haven't sent anything in via text, but you certainly can if you see something. Just let us know if it's safe, of course, for you to text 33986. Alta Bank has your back with hassle-free accounts featuring totally free checking, no minimums, no fees. Jump headfirst into your future by visiting altabank.com or your local branch today.
Good morning, Frank.
Oh, good morning, everyone.
Frank Christ has joined us in the studio. Frank Would you close your robe, please?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Goodness. That's...
Borrowed this robe from Milton Berle.
Oh, gee. Frank is a skeletal figure, and I was seeing more of his bones than I wanted to. Frank is a Grim Reaper, a reaper who reaps celebrity souls only. I know you're surprised to know that celebrities have souls, but they do.
A lot of people are shocked to find out.
I was looking at that Final Destination Bloodlines, and they say death's work is never done. Is that true, Frank?
That movie.
It's not accurate.
So over the top. Makes us seem like such bad guys.
Are they sensational?
Yes, that.
Okay.
Frank is, as you would expect, a skeletal figure, the robe, the scythe, all of that. And his specialty is also his curse. He reaps the souls of celebrities.
Because I love our precious celebrities.
I know you do. You don't like to see any of them die.
No, everything they say and do is right. We all want to be just like them.
The game we play is very macabre, but it is called Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
Frank has given me a list of 4 actors. 3 of the actors on this list are, as he just said,
fine.
They're fine. They're just fine. But one of them, Frank has had to take. He whisked this celebrity's soul away to the distribution center, and from there, who knows where it went. I don't know. Do we have a contestant?
Yes. Looks like. Gordon is here.
Gordon, how are
Hello.
you? How are you, Gordon?
I'm fine.
That's
fine.
That's good. That's good, Gordon. I'm glad you're fine. You're just fine. Gordon, if you can select the dead celebrity in this list, you will win what, Gina?
You'll win tickets to see Sleep Theory with special guests Never Tell, Oxymorons, and Stray View Friday, June 6th at the Complex.
All right, Gordon, you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right, because this is Eliza Doolittle Day, celebrating a classic, memorable character from musical theater, Frank has given me a list of actors in film versions of Broadway musicals. Number 1, Rita Moreno. She starred in the musical The Ritz, earning her a Tony Award early in her career. She also acted in Lorraine Hansberry's The Sign and Sidney Brustein's Window, and in Neil Simon's The Odd Couple. She was also in the HBO series Oz and received a Primetime Emmy Award for The Muppet Show and The Rockford Files. She was in several filmed musicals, notably The King and I and West Side Story. Number 1, Rita Moreno. Number 2, Simon Russell Beale, described by The Independent as the greatest stage actor of his generation. On stage, he won awards for Volpone, Candide, Uncle Vanya. Some of his film work includes Orlando. He gained prominence for his roles in Persuasion, My Week with Marilyn, The Deep Blue Sea, Mary Queen of Scots, and The Outfit. He was in the filmed version of Into the Woods. Number 2, Simon Russell Beale. Number 3 is Charlotte Rae, known for her portrayal of Edna Garrett in Different Strokes and its spin-off, The Facts of Life. She voiced the character of Nanny in 101 Dalmatians. And also Aunt Pristine Fig in Tom and Jerry, the movie. She also appeared as Gammy Hart in Girl Meets World. She was in the filmed version of the musical Hair. Number 3, Charlotte Rae. And finally, number 4, Joel Grey. He acted in a lot of musicals, and he won a Tony Award and an Academy Award. His film work includes Remo Williams' The Adventure Begins, Buffalo Bill and the Indians, or Sitting Bull's History Lesson, The Music of Chance, The Fantastics, and Dancer in the Dark. He also acted in Oz, Alias House, and Nurse Jackie. His filmed musical, The Fabled Cabaret. Number 4, Joel Grey. Which one of those actors is dead, Gordon?
I believe it's Charlotte Rae.
You're correct. Absolutely correct. Yes.
Mrs. Garrett, no.
Yes.
And it's Mindy Cohn's birthday today.
Oh, no. She died in 2018 at the age of 92. Congratulations, Gordon. You are a winner.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Hang on the line, and Katie will talk to you about your tickets.
Well, I have to go check on Cher.
Yeah.
I think she's fine.
79 today.
Oh, I think she's fine.
Okay.
How old's Mindy?
Mindy Cohn, 59.
I wonder how old Cher's plastic surgery is.
79.
Oh, okay.
Oh, if she could turn back time. Do you believe in life after?
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye. So off he goes in his electric scooter.
The only accident that UDOT's reporting is a crash eastbound SR 201 30th West. And Infiniteam isn't reporting anything. That's everybody out there. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Yeah, no, nothing. But please tell us what you're seeing out there if it's safe for you to do it. 33986.
KXRK Provo. We will take a break. We'll be back after these messages with some more stuff. We got Big Boy News, Opinioendo, Boner of the Day coming up. Hello, yeah, what is on the way? Call in and talk to us. Beat Gina coming up. The Donut Critic is here. All right. Full show today. Stand by for all of that. Let's see. Oh, HasterGames.com is the website. But as always, I encourage you to go down, say hi to the folks at Haster Games, 6831 South State Street. If you've always been curious about the tabletop board gaming situation, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, things like that, dice, figures, paints, they got it all there, and they can help you with all of it. Final Fantasy is coming to your games of Magic the Gathering in a little over a month. Haster will, of course, be holding pre-release events to celebrate the set. It's going to be a massive moment for fans of both Magic and Final Fantasy you don't want to miss out on. Contact the shop for details about the events. And the iconic board game Catan has just received a brand new edition. This new edition streamlines the rules of the game for less rule reading and more game playing, as well as building upon the existing rules to make each game you play even more fun. Alongside the release of the new base game is the 5 to 6 player expansion, the Seafarers expansion, City and Knights expansion, plus 5 to 6 player add-ons for both. Catan is back and bigger than ever. HasterGames.com. Oh, just go and see them. 6831 South State. Haster has it.
The X96
I'm hungry for a sandwich.
Really? Sometimes just a good, cheap gas station sandwich.
Will you eat a gas station sandwich?
Yeah, occasionally, if I have to. I
don't trust a gas station sandwich.
How about a hoagie?
I don't not
have a hoagie?
Not. You don't know how long they've been sitting there. The sandwich at the gas station is way down on the list of priorities for the people that work at the gas station. Yeah. They don't care about turnover or.
Now we got sandwiches out here in the cooler, and I don't know what kind.
Here?
Yeah.
Right now? There's sandwiches here.
There's sandwiches out there right now.
Where?
out in the cooler there. You know, where you could buy the drinks and stuff?
Yeah. Again, how long are they out there?
I don't know. But will you do a gas station hot dog?
Okay.
All right. Oh, okay.
Maverick is like high-end convenience store gas station.
Yeah, they have
hot
good
dog.
They have. I
good stuff.
trust Maverick.
You trust a gas station sandwich from Maverick?
Yeah.
I trust it.
I would.
Okay.
I think they take pride in the food that they offer at their.
Yeah, I've
Maverick
had
has
them.
all the good stuff.
They have the Bahama Mama.
They got the best bathrooms.
Their coffee is even pretty good.
Yeah, they have the soda fountain. This sounds like an ad for Maverick. They have the soda fountain with like 50 different sodas, and you can add little vanilla to it, like I like.
Like
to
you
do.
like.
They have the good ice. Maverick knows what they're doing.
By the way, the owner of Maverick, Keith Maverick. Keith Maverick. I'm just doing Keith. We're going to send you a bill.
I'm going to send you a bill.
Oh, if we're traveling, we're talking about road trips earlier.
Yeah.
It's Memorial Day. People are taking road trips. We will
I do
destination Maverick on a road.
I try to stop stop at a Maverick, and I'd rather go to a Maverick than a drive-through fast food place.
Oh yeah,
really.
Now, you mentioned the flavored syrup for your sodas. I heard someone bitching about the movie theater ones. You know, where you pre-select
the
your
freestyle.
Yeah.
What was their complaint?
They just didn't care for them at all, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's not a good mix. I like it when I can mix my own.
Oh, is that the complaint?
Yeah, because the freestyle is a pre-mixed thing. But
yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Cherry.
You want to know my freestyle trick?
There is one?
Yeah, well.
Is that they have that at Harmon's too, don't they? That freestyle.
No.
No?
It's like a soda fountain.
Yeah, I know. I thought I saw one at Harmon's.
Here's my trick. So you have a pure drink that is the drink that you wanted, untainted by other drinks.
Say it's Diet Coke. All right.
Always go to the water tab and run a little water through there first.
Oh, otherwise you're getting the flavor of the leftover.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's a good
That's
trick.
my little freestyle.
You know, Gina, you are so amazingly creative about things that don't matter.
No,
That matters.
No, this is helpful because
you put your brain to these things.
It's helpful.
Just a little water.
Because I'm making my, twice yearly trip to the movie theater. And I need to know this.
Do a little rinse.
Okay.
Because they all come through the same spigot.
All right. Thank you.
My little tip. Like Phil did in Murray, but his text, we can't read it, Phil. You should send us an email. That's the best way to get a hold of us.
From Murray?
From Murray. Radio from hell at x96.com.
Yeah, that happened yesterday. We had a text from someone who had was trying to tell us an interesting story by texting us.
Yeah, you can text us quick things, but if it's more than a sentence or two, it gets lost.
And Carrie sort of read through it, and we got a kind of a picture of what the person was trying to say. But Carrie said, send us a letter," and she did.
So this is an email of interest.
It is indeed. It says, "My text did not make too much sense. Here is my letter. Good morning, lords and lady. My name is August Tusher. I've been listening to you since I was 14 years old. I'm now almost 47 years old, and you have greatly influenced my life for the better. I experienced a lot of trauma as a child, a teenager, and a young adult, but I feel like listening to your show and hearing the music that you played has uplifted me in more ways than I could ever express to you all. When I got married and had my first son, he was born deaf, and that was a hard thing to wrap my head around. However, he was okay and thriving. When he was 5 years old, he started declining with balancing and walking, and then he started to lose vision. We were constantly driving back and forth to Primary Children's and the University of Utah in those hard times. I turned to X96 during those times. When my son was grim age of 13 to 19 years old, a child, he lost more of his abilities every day, and on those days I turned to X96. On December 1st, 2022, he succumbed to his disease, and that night I went to bed listening to X96. You guys have no clue how much impact you have on a person's life for the better. I know people listen to morning radio on their way to going to work or doing whatever they do, but I get so much more out of it, and it truly brightens my day. When we went out to the National Institute of Health for Rare Disease Research in Washington, D.C., I desperately searched for a station like X96, and I couldn't find it. Back and forth to nursing school at Weber State University, I listened to X96. Back and forth to all my clinical rotations in graduate school, I listened to X96. On the day I passed my board to become a family nurse practitioner, I credit a lot of my success to you all for keeping me going. Thank you so much. August Tusher, MSN, APRN, FNPC. That's pretty nice.
Thank you, August.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's very nice. I mean,
You know, Carrie and I, Bill, you'd left the studio already, and yesterday Carrie and I were sort of, we're talking about the Jordan Klepper TV show and how he, goes and interviews the MAGA people, and it's funny, but maybe it's not so funny anymore.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, but then you think about it, and it just makes you sad.
Yeah.
And I went home last night, and I was talking to my husband about it, and I said, I go back and forth with what we do on this show, with wanting to be informative and tell people what are going on, but also wanting to be entertaining and fun. And I wrestle with it. And we get a letter like this, and I think, okay, maybe we're still balancing that. Okay,
I think so. It's when I read a letter like that, or I have people. I'll have very often people come up and talk to me and express things like this letter to me personally, and it makes me think, how can I stop doing this? You know what I mean? I mean, it's like,
I mean, you're not planning on stuff.
I can't do this forever.
Yeah.
It's like it makes it a responsibility that's kind of, it makes it, I don't know, I don't want to say it makes it a burden, but it kind of hangs heavy on me sometimes. That if, and it makes me wonder, I'm just thinking around here. How does that make somebody, how does that comfort somebody? I don't get it. I'm just messing around.
I think you're diminishing yourself by saying that.
Well, I really don't.
Don't you know who you are, Bill?
I really don't think what I'm doing is something that so.
Well, evidence to the contrary, right there in front of you.
We're a distraction. That's a nice thing. When you're driving to the hospital, you don't want to think about why you're driving to the hospital.
Yep.
But I am glad we can be that for people, and I would like to hear from more friends of the program with letters like that. And I would also like to know how we can help you. What do you need from us? I really do wrestle with wanting to be funny and entertaining, but yet giving this important information that I think has fewer and fewer places where it's being disseminated.
I was going to say, it's like I told you yesterday, where else are they going to get this information? Because pretty soon, they just keep shutting down. But watch that John Oliver from Sunday night. It'll scare the hell out of you.
That's what I'm saying.
Gina, don't worry. When you get too serious, I'll make a fart joke. I promise. I promise I'll do that. And what I wish is that August would take this letter, or the sentiment in this letter, and go door to door and tell people about it.
Proselytize?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because we need more people. We need to comfort more people. We need to comfort the city.
Clearly, we need to start a cult.
Yeah, exactly.
Clearly.
Exactly.
I mean, at least there'd be some money in that.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
No, let's be a religion, because we're tax-free at that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
We start a religion.
Yeah. That's a little bit more difficult to prove to the authorities.
Nah,
It's easy to prove that you're a cult.
Nah, you can prove that you're a religion.
One sacrifice is all you need. One human sacrifice is all you need.
You just got to fill out the right paperwork. If the Scientologists can do it, we can do it.
It's anyway. I'm glad we can be that for August and for other people. We get letters like that from time to time, and thank you. Thanks for being there. Thank you for being there for us. We wouldn't be here as long as we have been if there weren't enough people out there to say.
No, they would have got rid of us a long time ago.
They tried a couple of times.
They have.
They tried a couple of times. They tried not to get rid of us, but to alter what we did.
Yes.
We've had so many people, particularly early on, saying, "Oh, that's not the way it's done. You can't do it that. You can't do that."
Let me just remind both of you what the great Jim Facer always said. The reason you guys are number one is because everybody else sucks so bad. Never forget that.
There's a lot of truth in that.
I'll take it.
And that is a true statement. He says that to us all the time.
And he also said, "You know, a monkey could do your job, don't you?"
Yes.
A friend of the program says, I promise, I'm stopped at a light. I'm not texting and driving. Southbound I-15 slow between 123rd and Bangor. I saw police activity on that side. Somebody else says, hey, Gina, there's a car on its side at the entrance of Foothill Village on Foothill Boulevard going northbound. At least one lane is blocked. Thank you for sending those in. Crash I-15 northbound Timpanogos Highway blocking the HOV lane. Crash on the exit ramp westbound 201 freeway 32nd west blocking the left lane. Traffic backed up onto the main flow of the 201. And a crash eastbound 201 freeway under the I-215 overpass. Vehicles on the right shoulder backing traffic up to 3200 west. If you see something, please let us know. 33986.
All right, we've got boners coming up. Here are the candidates you'll be voting for. Boner candidate number 1. The mayor of St. Louis says, we need help. Boner candidate number 2. I didn't make arrangements to see the wrong body. And boner candidate number 3. Careful. He's a 92-year-old amputee armed with a butter knife.
Boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up after some messages and a song. Stand by for all of that. Stockton 12 Honda.
Stockton 12 Honda, your neighborhood Honda dealer. I have purchased cars there, and I will. That's when next time I need a car, that's where I'll go. Stockton 12 Honda. I've bought cars in other places, and it's been. But Stockton 12 Honda, I don't know. It's something that they do that makes you feel good about what you're doing, makes you feel good about your purchase. Right now, they're paying top dollar for trade-ins at Stockton 12 Honda, and market analysts predict that these high values won't last a lot longer. So why wait and risk getting less for your trade-in tomorrow? Stockton 12 Honda. Go there this week. They're out there in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. They have a great selection of new Hondas, and they also have plenty of certified pre-owned or used vehicles. You can find the perfect car for yourself at Stockton 12 Honda. Check out their service department. It's pretty good as well. Not pretty good. It's great. Stockton 12 Honda, Southtown Auto Mall.
Have you guys heard this story, this Brad Pitt scam story?
I did see that yesterday, yeah. I don't have it in my file anymore. But
I don't know how this happens. So a French woman who's revealed on a television show that she lost her life savings to scammers posing as Brad Pitt has received a wave of online harassment and mockery, and they've taken the interview down. It was on TV, and then they posted it on the internet, and they've taken it down because she's gotten such crap for it. This woman believes she was in a romantic relationship with Brad Pitt, leading her to divorce her husband and transfer $850,000. Now, how did this happen?
AI.
So, she got a DM from someone claiming to be Brad Pitt's mom.
Brad Pitt's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Saying...
Mrs. Pitt.
Mrs. Mama Pitt, saying that her son needs someone like you in his life. And I'm going...
Out of the blue.
I've noticed your Instagram page, and you seem like the kind of person that my son... And so I'm going to give my son, Brad Pitt, your information so you can start communicating.
Ooh.
And so this scammer started communicating for months, communicated with this woman.
My poor son, Brad Pitt, has trouble meeting women. Yeah.
And
there's the premise.
I wonder how many times the scammer reached out before they finally found this one woman.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure she wasn't the first one, but so he starts communicating with her and saying, "Oh, I'm suffering from kidney cancer, and it's not out there in the world yet. I don't want people to know." And the scammer sent these horribly photoshopped images.
I saw the pictures, and they were bad.
Of a guy in a hospital bed with obviously photoshopped Brad Pitt's face on it.
Well, he's really sick.
I mean, for months, $850,000, every penny she had, and he said, "I need help paying for my kidney cancer surgery." And then she saw in the news a picture of Brad Pitt with his new girlfriend.
Oh.
And went,
"He's cheating on me."
Well, one, I didn't know Brad has a new girlfriend. Oh, okay.
But this woman must have other problems, obviously. But if you have seen the pictures, first that you would think Brad Pitt would reach out to you. Next, that you think he needs your money to pay for if he did have kidney cancer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but we're going to keep this all secret. And this kind of thing happens, though.
And it's going to get worse. As the technology gets better and the AI gets even better, you're going to be able to have videos of Brad Pitt saying, I have kidney disease and I need your help.
Yeah.
I have gotten the classic plea from the Nigerian prince.
Sure.
I have received that.
The classic.
Yeah, and it still is being sent out.
I
And
know
why?
somebody that fell for it.
Because it works.
Oh, there's the...
Oh, if you go to x96.com/live, you can see the obviously...
No, well, it just means he looks sick.
I mean, this one down in the lower right-hand corner is my favorite one.
Or he's in surgery.
He's in surgery, but it's just like...
Oh, man.
And I think it's awful that people gave her crap, all kinds of crap.
Yeah, I mean, we're sort of giving her crap too, but
no, I think it's not it's incomprehensible to me that she would fall for it, but she did.
But
and she lost all of her money, and that's really sad.
But I would even say, because people say, well, sometimes lonely people fall for this. She was married and divorced her husband.
Well, you can be married and lonely.
Well, that's...
I mean, really.
I guess that's true.
But she divorced,
you know that.
She divorced her husband for Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't give anybody money.
Wow.
Well, yeah, don't give anybody money.
Really? I mean,
just be careful. I mean, you can usually tell almost always when you get these email solicitations, there's something misspelled or grammar is off.
But see, even AI is going to make that less likely to happen. If AI is creating it, it's not going to misspell things.
It's going to be tough. I mean, I got yesterday a text from a number that I don't know that said simply, "Hey, are you at work now?"
No, don't answer it.
I did not reply.
If you engage in it, that's...
Now, that could be just simply somebody, a wrong number, but why answer?
Exactly.
Yeah. It may not be a scam. It just be maybe somebody misdialed or,
Oh, now see, Katie weighs in and says, what you need to do is create special family words or phrases to secure that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, because there's the other scam where, Grandma, I'm in Europe and I got arrested and I need you to transfer $10,000 bail or they're going to not let me out, and that's a scam too.
We already have a secret word for our family. It's swordfish.
Well, great, Bill. Now you said it. Now,
crap, we're gonna have to change it. I think.
Here's a texter. This happens with Jared Leto's account too, because I follow him. I always get random IG messages from his mom.
Oh, same thing.
And his assistants.
Really?
Totally fake. I just delete them. So many scams. People need to be smart.
Oh, I wonder if this woman had a sort of a fascination with Brad Pitt to begin with.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'll bet that's what it is.
I'm sure.
That's how they kind of found her.
There's another texter. People fall for this because this is the essence of a Hallmark movie.
Yeah. Well, it's easy. I've seen things that I thought were legit, and it was pointed out to me, no, look at this. I go, oh, yeah, you're right.
Here's a text. Swordfish bill. I need money, swordfish. In jail in Nigeria, swordfish.
Oh, no, it's a family member.
On this day in 1961, Nick Hayward, guitarist, vocalist for Haircut 100, was born.
That was favorite shirts.
I wonder, I never have asked why they named the band Haircut 100. I wonder, I'll have to look that up.
Not right now, though. You have to do the news and the boners.
I
and
will.
all that.
I will.
Because it is time for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, May 20, 2025. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote, and one of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1 is the mayor of St. Louis says, we need help. St. Louis Mayor Kara Spencer told MSNBC on Monday that FEMA has not been anywhere in sight. They've not been there to assist after the city was ravaged by a tornado days ago. The tornado first touched down in St. Louis on Friday. The storm, reportedly 20 miles in length at its strongest, killed at least 5 people in St. Louis County. At the time of the writing, Spencer reported during a press conference that 38 people had been injured, and that number was expected to increase as recovery efforts continued. Friday's tornado was one of many that affected the region over the weekend, with Kentucky also being hit by storms. At the time of this writing, dozens of the dead had already been found. During an appearance on MSNBC on Monday, Mayor Spencer told Ana Cabrera that the city was in desperate need of federal aid. I can tell you that on the local level, every organization, community member, elected official has been on point. What we need right now is federal assistance.
The federal government would say this is the state's problem now, which is what they've been saying about these kinds of things.
This is where FEMA and the federal government has got to come in and help communities. Our city cannot shoulder this alone. The state of Missouri cannot shoulder this alone. We need partners at the national level, at the federal level, to step up and help. And this is just not true for St. Louis, but across the nation. When they're experiencing disasters like this is when the federal government, that's what the federal government is for. We need your help. We need the help of the broader community. We have set up a fund to help bring in some funding right off the bat just to bridge that gap, but we need federal assistance. Boner candidate number 1. The mayor of St. Louis says we need help.
And a lot of the folks there didn't get proper warning to get to shelter in time because National Weather Service offices have been cut back on personnel to the point where some of them are not open 24 hours a day because, well, bad weather only happens
9 to 5
during the day. You know.
Here's Boner candidate number 2. I didn't make arrangements to see the wrong body. When a California woman arrived to mourn her late uncle, she said she was shocked, I tell you, to see the body of a complete stranger. Even more shocked when a mortuary worker allegedly told her, no, you're wrong, that's your uncle. After his death,
I know my uncle, that's not my uncle.
After his death in February, Otis Atkinson's family made arrangements at Harrison Ross Mortuary Crenshaw Boulevard location for a viewing and funeral service. When Otis's niece, Amantha Hunt, arrived for the viewing on April 7th, she was shocked, I tell you, to see a stranger in the casket where her uncle should have been, according to her complaint. Not only was the wrong corpse in her uncle's casket, but the stranger was wearing the suit that the family had handpicked for the viewing, according to documents that Ms. Hunt and Otis's wife, Willie Mae Atkinson, filed against the mortuary. It was a guy lying there in my uncle's suit, but it wasn't my uncle. Hunt said.
They look different when they're dead. That's him.
I just kept looking at him, and I was like, "Wait a minute, he couldn't have gotten that dark." Naturally, Hunt immediately attempted to remedy the error, but a staff member at the mortuary said, "No, that's your uncle." Oh, no, it's your uncle. The employee she spoke with doubled down, insisting that it was, in fact, the correct body. So Hunt showed some pictures to the employee to prove that the body in the casket was not her uncle's, and only then did the staff member go, oh, I see, okay. It took several hours to remedy the mix-up, take the incorrect corpse to another facility, switch the suit to the correct body, place it in the casket, by which time there was no time left for a viewing.
Oh, no.
At least they found him. Sometimes in these stories, they don't know what happened.
I didn't make arrangements there to see the wrong body. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Careful. He's a 92-year-old man, amputee, armed with a butter knife.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Efficiency and adventure unite in the first ever 2025 Mazda CX-50 hybrid all-wheel drive. Lease yours for just $299 a month or get 3.9% APR for 63 months from your friends at Bountiful Mazda, where you always get tires and oil for life. Be electric, be Mazda at bemazda.com.
I'm going to make your skin crawl just a little bit.
All right.
Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert
right away
has reignited speculation about her love life after she was once again seen with Kid Rock.
No, this is perfect. They are made for each other.
Don't let them procreate. Dating rumors involving the politician and the outlandish rocker, as it says here, have been swirling for months, but yes, there are pictures of them together at a rodeo. Fans of Boebert were whipped into a frenzy after the new picture paired. Oh, it's so wonderful. Commentator Dana Lesh shared a photo of herself, her uncle Chris, Kid Rock, and Lauren Boebert together. Ugh.
Yeah.
Right. That's just sickening.
It is.
What good has she done for the district she represents? I'm curious.
Zero.
She's been seen with Kid Rock.
She's close.
The Utah Republican Party's official website was targeted by what a senior party official is calling, now I don't know how to do these things, you guys, a cyber attack that led to multiple links to pornographic material being uploaded to the party's page. I would have no idea in the world how to do something like that. The pages, which had seemingly been shared as events to a party calendar, included titles like Hot Video, Sophie Rain's Spider-Man video original viral video link, sex videos, that Thai girl porn, and other links. It was a cyber attack, said Republican Party Chair Rob Axon. He added that it appeared attackers had used the website's calendar function to upload the links to pornographic sites. It's a sign that we must be doing something right if folks want to go and try to undermine or intimidate or slander what we're doing, said Mr. Axon, who was reelected as party chair on Saturday. I think it's also telling that they would do it with something so vulgar and inappropriate. The embedded links led to sites with sexually explicit images and another with a message that blocked access without a virtual private network. Because of Utah's 2023 law requiring adults to verify their age to visit pornographic websites, VPNs have been suggested as a way to disguise the location of a website's visitors and essentially duck the law and skip the page verification requirements. Porn industry groups have sued Utah over the constitutionality of that law, and a federal judge dismissed the case in the summer of 2023. Let's see. The incident that led to the shooting death of a 17-year-old in the Kearns High School parking lot early Sunday started with the intent to sell champagne, according to the arrest report. Brandon Ray Hollins, 18 years old, who was with the group that included the 17-year-old, was arrested Monday on possible murder and aggravated robbery charges. Unified Police report the shooting occurred at about 1:49 in the morning on Sunday when a man claimed he was sitting in his car in the school parking lot when another vehicle driven by Hollins approached with 4 people inside. According to the arrest report, the man said he was at the school to sell champagne to people he had been communicating with through social media. The man told police that he moved to his truck where the bottles were, and then he saw 2 men with ski masks on the back seat of the other car driven by Hollins. He said when the men allegedly got out of the car, they had guns, leading him to grab his Glock. As he went to grab his gun, the man claimed one of the other men held a gun to his head and ordered him to open the trunk. While holding his Glock, the man began shooting at the 2 men who had come at him with their guns. The man said he continued shooting at the others as he ran away from the scene, which was confirmed by police who found several shell casings by the car. And surveillance video showed a gun muzzle blast several times as the man ran. So he felt he was in danger. And these 2 and started shooting and running away.
All this over champagne?
Yep.
That's what's making.
And one kid ends up dead. Mr. Hollins was arrested at his apartment in Murray. Yep, I know.
Hey, I got some Corbell.
I'm confused.
I got some barefoot. People in northern Utah can prepare to hear noise this week. The Utah National Guard is doing live fire artillery training at Camp Williams. Residents in Bluffdale, Riverton, Harriman, Eagle Mountain, Saratoga Springs, and Lehigh are in the range where the training can be heard. We probably won't hear it here in town, but soldiers from the 3rd Battalion and the 640th Regiment Regional Training Institute will be shooting live rounds from howitzers as part of a training and certification. Well, that big Disney-themed mansion up in Cache Valley, Utah's largest home, a sprawling Disney-themed mansion originally listed for $34.5 million in December. There has been no buyer. Nobody's come up.
It's such a specific thing.
You know, it's weird,
Who
too.
has that kind of money and wants a Disney-themed?
It's weird, too. Now, this was built by somebody as a gathering place for their family. And it has a Swiss Family Robinson-themed room and a tiki room and an underground Star Wars tunnel and a Cars-themed raceway. It's got all this stuff. Mm-hmm. It's huge, but nobody has ever said, who built this? Who is it? I don't know. I have not seen any name of who did this and why it's not worked out for them, why it's for sale. Well, because nobody's come up with the $34.5 million, they're going to auction it off.
Oh, you can get it for a deal.
Yeah, but now the bids will start at $8 million. It's concierge auctions.
Look at that bathtub. It looks like a canoe. Looks like a boat.
Man. It's a huge home. The auction will begin, the bidding will begin June 5th at 2 p.m. and end at 2 p.m. on June 18th.
They're not going to get anywhere near $30 million.
No.
No.
Concierge Auctions is who's doing it, if you're interested in bidding. The Trump administration will pay close to $5 million to settle a wrongful death lawsuit by the estate of Ashley Babbitt. She's the Air Force veteran who died after being shot by Capitol Police during the riot on January 6th.
She was breaking in to
Yes.
So we do
Capitol?
make deals with terrorists.
Oh, I guess.
Okay.
Multiple outlets cite insiders' knowledge of the settlement who provided information that hasn't been released. The Capitol Police were cleared of any wrongdoing in this.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to break in, and she was told, and she was shot by a Capitol Police
They
officer.
warned her. They said, don't. She came in, and they broke into the Capitol.
Quote, I am extremely disappointed and disagree with this settlement, said United States Capitol Police Chief J. Thomas Manger. This settlement sends a chilling message to law enforcement nationwide, especially to those with a protective mission like ours.
But what it does is it lets Trump's minions know that they can do things, and he'll help them out.
Mm-hmm. Sean Duffy, Transportation Secretary, he sold a bunch of security shortly before the president's tariff announcement.
Did he now?
Yes, he did.
But Hunter Biden, I mean.
Several $1 million worth of shares.
Yeah.
There are 7 inmates still at large after escaping from the New Orleans jail. And authorities in California say that the fertility bombing suspect, they believe that, he left several messages And one of the messages, he left behind a bunch of anti-pro-life messages.
He's an anti-natalist. He thinks, or thought, he's not here anymore, he thought there were too many people in the world, and that IVF fertility clinics were making more people.
Yeah. And, Carrie, this final story for you.
Yes.
On an island in Panama, a fad that one researcher is calling viscerally disturbing has recently taken off among a group of young male monkeys.
Uh-oh.
These adolescents and juveniles have started to kidnap the infants of another monkey species.
Oh, no.
And seemingly they're doing it just for fun.
Oh, they're not holding them hostage for Bitcoin or anything like that?
That's what scientists think after watching a bunch of male white-faced capuchin monkeys walking around with baby howler monkeys clinging to their backs.
This is horrible. Jeez.
These perplexing baby snatchings, reported in the journal Current Biology, suggest that humans aren't the only intelligent species with youngsters that pursue apparently pointless activities that can be destructive to other creatures.
Monkeys!
They're just doing it for the sake of doing it, to reduce their boredom or to have something to do to fill the time and space in their lives.
You know what would be fun?
I think seeing this occur in another species is somewhat terrifying because it kind of reflects a mirror on the actions that we do as people, said Brendan Barrett, an expert in animal culture. He describes capuchin monkeys as chaos agents.
You hush your mouth.
That roam through the forest, ripping up and manipulating everything in sight, and says that they're similar to humans and chimps in many ways.
Capuchins are darlings unless you let them have knives.
They're highly innovative, they're highly explorative, and they do interesting, strange things. They've started kidnapping baby howler monkeys.
Monkeys!
Okay.
All right.
That's she's talking about how the capuchins have figured out how to use stone tools to break open hard food items.
They're just like us. There are evil monkeys.
Well, they're more hair. They have more hair.
There's good monkeys. There's evil monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Mojo Jojo, for example.
So the capuchins are capuchins. Do we paint the capuchins as all being bad or just some of them?
I think they're getting a bad rap here.
Okay. All right.
Most of the capuchins I've ever met are delightful.
You're a capuchin apologist.
I am.
Monkeys!
All right.
That's it.
Weather, traffic.
We're warming up and drying out. 70 and mostly sunny today. Overnight low 47, 73 tomorrow. We'll be in the 80s by Thursday, and we'll hang out there for most of Memorial Day weekend. Traffic, we've got a slowdown eastbound I-80 at Lake Point in Tooele. This is to move a crash from the left shoulder to the right shoulder. Crash I-15 northbound Timpanogos Highway blocking the HOV lane. Let's see. I thought we had somebody send something in. Yeah, the Sim Timpanogos one. Crash northbound 15 Timpanogos Highway on-ramp blocking the left lane. Traffic backed up past 2100 north in Lehigh. That came to us from an Infinity member via text at 33986. Stubbs Dental, award-winning services, life-changing results. Visit stubbsdental.com to book your appointment now.
Boner candidate number 3. Careful. He's a 92-year-old amputee armed with a butter knife. This is a very bizarre story. Stephen Smith and Rachel Camato, they are police officers. They had been called to the residence to a care home, a residence care home, after an old man poked a worker in the stomach with a butter knife. When Smith and Camato entered his room, body cam footage showed the old man sitting in a wheelchair, still clutching the serrated blade. Now, he's an amputee. He's in a wheelchair. He did apparently poke one of the staff with the knife.
Okay.
Now, one of the officers can be heard saying, "Put the knife down, mate. Come on, Donald. Don't be silly.
Okay.
We can solve this without having to resort to this. Do as you're told." He then emptied almost all of his canister of pepper spray in Donald's face. The footage showed Mr. Smith then making his way to the pensioner with his baton extended and then hitting him a bunch of times. Then the other officer, Camato, deployed her taser as Donald screamed out in pain before the officers took the knife from him. Jurors heard the pair used unjustified and unlawful force after meeting the wheelchair-bound pensioners or entering the wheelchair-bound pensioners' room. And the jury agreed it was unlawful force and the old guy died in the hospital 22 days after he was assaulted by the officers. So he's just, you think you could just talk to him for a while, he'd give up the knife.
Yeah.
But no, about a minute in, they just unleash hell on him. Careful, he's a 92-year-old amputee with a butter knife. Boner candidate number 3.
All right, let's review the first two and vote.
Oh, interesting. I should add, he didn't die of the injuries sustained by the cops.
Oh?
He was taken to the hospital because of those injuries, and he got COVID in the hospital.
Oh, my hell.
And
So
that's
this
what
was
killed
a while
him.
ago.
Yeah, that's what killed him.
All right.
All right, boner candidate number 1. Here's the review. Boner candidate number 1. The mayor of St. Louis said, "We need help." Kara Spencer, the mayor of St. Louis, says, FEMA, there's been no federal assistance at all, and the city's been devastated by tornadoes. Boner candidate number 2, I don't make arrangements to see the wrong body. This is the woman who went to the funeral home for a viewing for her late uncle, and they had the wrong body in her uncle's suit, in her uncle's casket. They finally did rectify the situation. And boner candidate number 3, careful, he's a 92-year-old amputee armed with a butter knife.
All right, here we go. You've got to decide, of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be boner of the day for today, May 20, 2025? 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit, 1, 2, or 3, in the message of a text. And text that to us at 33986. The computer will count it. It's easy. Or if you need human contact, 877-602-9696. Katie will take your live vote in the producer's booth. Or that cold computer feeling, if you'd like, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting, Boner of the Day, May 20, 2025. Click on that and vote. And if you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. All right, don't forget, after we award Boner of the Day, we're opening up the phone lines to you with our innovative radio feature, Hello, Yeah, What? Where we take your calls about anything. It's Hello, Yeah, What? You decide. All right, 3 minutes. Get your vote in. Here we go. It is Boner of the Day. Salt Lake Film Society.
It's all of our favorite place to go see movies on a big screen.
You betcha.
They're at Broadway Center Cinemas. See movies that see you. It's local, donor-supported, nonprofit cinema. They got great concessions stand there, too.
Oh, yeah.
You can get popcorn, and they have all these different kind of seasonings and flavorings you can put on it.
Oh.
I like to customize my popcorn.
Nice.
It's 35th anniversary of the release of the truly terrible movie Troll 2, which I think was filmed here, wasn't it?
I think so.
Well, our friend
Steve Hatch was
Steve
in
Hatch
it.
is in it. Yeah.
And they're going to celebrate with a special screening on May 29th. Cast members, maybe Steve's going.
Steve will be there.
Steve, if you're listening, tell us about it. It'll be a blast. Also, their lineup for the Summer Showdown is kicking off May 30th with cult classics Fight Club and Drive.
Yay.
Now both can be seen on Friday and Saturday. Those are both great movies. Get your tickets at slfstix.org. Join the Salt Lake Film Society Red Carpet Club and support it. slfstix.org.
Quiz, all right.
A quiz. Who said it? Elon Musk or Mr. Burns from The Simpsons?
Okay.
Deranged millionaires.
I got 67%.
Or billionaires.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I'll read you the phrase and you guys guess.
Okay.
Oppression and harassment are a small price to pay to live in the land of the free.
That sounds like Elon Musk.
Oh, oppression and spread in the land of the free. I think it's Mr. Burns.
It is Mr.
Oh,
Burns.
okay.
Okay. The politicians and unelected bureaucrats who stole our liberties should be tarred, feathered, and thrown out of town.
That's Elon Musk.
It's tarred, feathered, and thrown out of town. It's Mr. Burns.
Musk. I'm not the thief. The government is. Every year you make hardworking Joes like my reporter friend here pay income taxes.
Musk.
Burns.
Burns.
We're just back and forth.
Yeah. If there was a way that I could not eat so I could work more, I would not eat.
Musk.
Yeah, Musk.
You're both correct. Musk.
Yeah.
I should be able to run over as many kids as I want.
Well, that's Burns, right?
Yeah.
Burns, correct.
Okay.
I should be able to run over as many children as I want.
I said Musk because of his cars. But
Smithers.
There will be no Mars if we let them take our freedom away.
Well, that's Musk.
Musk.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of time, man has yearned to destroy the sun.
That's Burns.
Yes, Burns.
Burns, correct. That's my lesson for taking a vacation. Vacations will kill you.
Burns.
Musk.
Musk. Family, religion, friendship, these are the three demons you must slay if you wish to succeed in business.
Burns.
Musk.
Burns. I would tell those people they will get to see their families a lot when we go bankrupt.
Musk.
Burns.
Musk. If you can take advantage of a situation in some way, it's your duty as an American to do it.
Burns.
Burns.
Burns, correct. Okay. And finally, morons, pathetic morons in my employ, stealing my precious money.
Morons, pathetic morons in my employ, stealing my precious money, Smithers. Burns.
Yeah.
Burns, correct. Frightening.
That a couple of them it was difficult to...
That it was hard to determine.
Yeah. Yep. Oh. Deranged billionaires.
Twitter still seems to be running.
Sort of.
For now. There was some guy at Harvard or one of those big schools who said he predicts a week.
Yeah, and it'll just die?
I've heard that
implodes.
There are people who are saying it's not going to be around in a while.
I'm trying to enjoy it while I can.
I'm staying until it burns to the ground.
I am the bitter end.
He's all kinds of money lost. Billions of dollars lost already. Advertisers staying away.
It's hard to fathom, really, why he would do this.
Well, Bill, he didn't want to.
He was forced to buy it.
He mouthed off and said, "I'll buy it," and they held him to it because you can't do that and not follow through.
That's the part everybody keeps forgetting. Well, he was forced to buy it.
Yeah, he did not want to buy it.
Again, he also knew that that if he made that kind of a move, that he could be forced to buy it. He knew that.
Yeah. But he suffers from the delusion that a lot of millionaires and billionaires do. Because they have that money, they must be very, very smart and good at everything.
And always make the right choice.
Yeah, but they don't. Thank you.
At 33986.
All right, 7:50. Let's award boner of the day.
And the boner of the day is brought to you in part by Birria tacos.
Yum.
Oh, they were so good. And then this delicious cake that I had for a special occasion.
It has a candle in it. What's the occasion?
It was a birthday.
Oh, look at that.
It's a burnt almond torte, but it was homemade.
And
it was delicious. Very rich. Nice, isn't it?
Very nice.
Yeah.
And
yes.
Excel Automotive Repair, commuter vehicle repair specialists, Asian and small domestic vehicles, dealership quality service at independent shop rates, located at 33rd South, 290 East. To make an appointment, go to excelautomotiverepair.com.
I thought this one might pull it out and win. It's pretty hard to beat the 92-year-old amputee being just viciously assaulted by police officers. I think it was in New Zealand or Australia. But it got 109 votes. But number one, boner candidate number one, that just the plea for help from the mayor of St. Louis, Kara Spencer, was just heart-wrenching, I thought. And the FEMA, we need help. We're doing everything we can. And she says, this is what the federal government is for.
Yeah.
It's boner candidate number one wins boner of the day.
But again, those billionaires need that tax cut, Bill. They really do.
148 votes it got.
It's your boner of the day for today, May 20, 2025, now qualified to be boner of the week. Well...
Hello, yeah, what?
Oh, it's time for that innovative radio feature that we started so many years ago, where we encourage listeners to call the radio station and speak to us live on the air.
About whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Questions, comments, criticisms, or jokes.
We sort of put our asses on the line with this.
Yeah, other radio stations, they fake these calls.
Carefully curate any kind of live call that they take. 877-602-9696 is the number. 877-602-9696. It's hello, yeah, what?
Hello, yeah, what?
Would you like to air your grievances? You may by doing that. You can promote something if you'd like.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people take advantage of it that way.
Cookie recipes. They're welcome.
Cookie recipes?
Sure. Yeah, why not? Simple, only 4 ingredients, though. Any recipe you want to get, we limit it to 4 ingredients because it just takes too long otherwise.
So it's like a sugar cookie. It's...
Well, or let's say a 4-ingredient recipe of anything. It's fun.
Hello, yeah, what?
Jokes. You want to tell us a joke? You want to yell at us about something? Please feel free to do that.
Yeah, we'll take it. We can take it.
It's 877. We might yell back, but it's 877-602-9696. Anything you want. Come on, you can do it. I know you can do it. That cake, that burnt almond torte, is so rich.
Who made that?
My youngest offspring. I don't know if she wants her name on. I don't know if they want their name on the radio.
Is it a Prantles knockoff? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's and it pretty much tastes exactly like the Prantles cake.
I mean, I applaud them for making that because it looks like a complicated.
It's difficult. Takes a while to do.
Rebecca ordered the Tom Cruise coconut cake.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca Frost.
Yes.
Yeah.
For her birthday, and she quite liked it.
Has she had the Prantles?
She hasn't had the Prantles, so I'm thinking about ordering the Prantles and sending it to her, but then I think about how much the Prantles cost.
Yeah, so that's why we don't order it.
I mean, I like Rebecca a lot, but, you know.
So the Prantles burnt almond torte is kind of the official cake of the Radio from Hell show, because our friend Mauricio
Paez
sent us from Pittsburgh. Sent one to us years ago, and we've continued to consume it.
Yeah, only one.
Only one.
Yeah, only one, Mauricio. Remember that.
And if people don't know, Tom Cruise is famous for sending this coconut cake to people.
I like a coconut cake, and my youngest also has made me in the past coconut cake, which is really good.
The Tom Cruise coconut cake's a good cake, but it's the Prantles is superior.
Like if I were a Tom Cruise level person and I had a list of people that my special friends that I sent a cake to every year, it would be the Prantles.
Hold on for a second. 877-602-9696. We can't do hello, yeah, what if you don't call us.
Are we having phone? I wonder if
No, the phones are working. People are afraid of us.
Or maybe I don't have anything to say.
Let's see. Good morning, lords and ladies. I would like to see go my fellow employees. They use the restroom much like a toddler child, like they're throwing the water all over the place, the counter, the mirror.
Oh, that's
it's all over.
A thing that must go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, send it to must go. That's tomorrow.
Here's a recipe, text recipe. 1 large egg, 1 cup sugar, 1 cup peanut butter, mix, portion, and bake at 350 for 8 to 10 minutes.
That's easy.
Yeah, and I bet it tastes just fine.
Mm-hmm. Somebody says Prantles is what I give people I love because of you. Aw.
All right.
Do you love me? Send me a Prantles cake.
Now the calls are coming in just in time for a break.
Well, but we'll get to you.
All right. We have to do some commercials here, but we'll come back and talk to you. So hang on.
Slow down eastbound I-80 Lake Point in Tooele County to move a crash from the left shoulder to the right. Big slowdowns northbound I-15. This is due to a crash Timpanogos Highway blocking the HOV lane through there. And let me check our message stream, see if anybody sent anything in there. You can, if you see something, 33986.
All right. KXRK Provo is the,
Hello, yeah, what?
That's the feature that we're going to continue after these messages. 877-602-9696. Line up and
Hello, yeah, what?
talk to us. Hot Shot Sprinkler Repair and Landscape. Now, landscape. All right. Somebody in my neighborhood decided to do their own xeriscaping.
Oh,
it's unfortunate.
yeah, don't. Leave it to the professionals.
I want to take Parker's business card over to them and go, maybe he can help. Maybe he could fix. Licensed and insured with 42-plus years of experience. Go to sprinklerwork.com, 801-566-8677 for sprinkler repair and maintenance guaranteed results. Don't just hire anybody to fix your sprinkling system.
No.
Make one call to Hotshot Landscape. They are insured and licensed. You wouldn't believe the number of listeners who have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for a beautiful yard that's dying because the sprinklers weren't installed correctly. And there's nothing they can do but pay more money to get it fixed because the original company wasn't trained correctly, licensed, or insured. And Parker's been doing this forever. It's way more cost-effective just to make one call to Hotshot Landscape and have it done correctly the first time. Hotshot Landscape, first and always. Check them out at sprinklerwork.com. That's sprinklerwork.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is...
Well, it's lots of words today. As the following scene plays out, you're going to hear lots of ways of Utah speaking, too many to mention here. Without further ado, I give you the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle.
Hello. I'm the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle. I'm here with Mona Community Notes.
Daddy, I've been working on my Mona Civil War reenactment. Can I read this?
Denver, this is important city business.
But please, Daddy.
Oh, all right, then. Let's hear it.
My dearest Daddy, I write to you without hope that I may see the morrow. The battle to free Mona from our brutal overlords, the Nephi City Council. The shelling is constant and endless. The Nephites have taken the high ground atop the Texaco outhouses, and their cannon ring out with constant destruction. As we moved on from victory at the Battle of the Chevron Station, our hopes were high as the Nephites appeared to lack sufficient supplies for a long battle. Alas, with a resupply to the Burger King from the Nephites, such hopes were quickly dashed. The enemy continues to dig in a position at the Flying J. The trucker showers running constantly. The enemy soldiers fight clean and refreshed. We have had naught to eat for days but Frito pie with Wolf brand chili from the Chevron. Our supply of stale bread and old deli meat from the Subway dumpster running out 2 days ago. Our only hope is for reinforcements from Salem in the next days, or we shall be overrun and lose our position. Daddy, my love for you and for my beloved town of Mona, Utah, knows no bounds. Should I survive this ordeal, I cannot wait to share the joy of a rope swing and a swim at the Burston Ponds. Though our position is in peril, I and my company of Monanites will give you all and give you our all to the cause. Excuse me, I gotta erase that. Mona City will be free. Please pray for us, Daddy. Your beloved son, Denver Criddle.
Folks, I love my boy. He has a real strong imagination. Denver,
I think maybe it's time you started up with that counselor again. You like Dr. Dinklage, don't you?
Oh, I do, Daddy. She's so nice. But didn't she say that there was no point in me coming back?
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
Yeah, Cam in Bluffdale texted us. I'm like, Cam, this is a call-in feature. I'm ignoring your text and telling you to call 877-602-9696.
From where?
Bluffdale.
Bluffdale. Oh, okay.
Hello, yeah, what?
All right, well, let's dive in, shall we?
Yes.
Lindsay is here.
Hello, yeah, what?
Lindsay, good morning. Where are you calling from?
Salt Lake somewhere.
Okay.
I headed to work.
Okay. What's up?
I don't know. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place at work, and it's a situation where people are afraid to say something, but it keeps continuing to be a repetitive thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not asking like what to do, but
Can you be
I
a
just
little?
need some.
Can you be a little more specific as to what this thing is, or is that would that give something away?
Well, there's a specific reason that there's so much turnover, and it has to do with specific
Person?
Yes. Anyways.
And this person is what? Doesn't smell good? Is mean?
No.
Is mean?
Yes.
And mean and incompetent?
Not that, but
this person is mean. Is this person your boss?
Yeah.
A boss?
Yes.
Is there a boss above this person?
There is, and I've kind of gone back and forth on what I'm going to do, but I just need some cheering up because I kind of feel like I'm stuck right now.
Yeah,
I
Lindsay
don't
doesn't
know
want
what
us to
do.
solve it.
You gotta, Lindsay, you can't continue to live like that. You either have to just leave or suck it up or go to the boss above this person and say, look, this is the situation. I'm Lindsay. I'm a good employee. You know why we're losing employees? Because of this person, and here's why.
Right. Okay.
You can do it.
I can stand up for the right.
Yes. Yes. Do
it's
that.
hard to do. It's hard to do.
It is. It's really hard. Or I wouldn't fault you for just saying no. I can't do it. I'm just going to leave.
Yeah, that's a possibility as well.
All right.
So
you'll be fine.
Anyways, I just wanted to talk to you guys, and you guys cheer me up every day.
All right, good. Well, you'll be fine. You'll be
care,
fine.
Lindsay.
Take care.
Whatever happens. Thank you.
All right.
See you, Lindsay.
Bye.
Lindsay's a good person.
It's like I'm going to have to fire Lindsay.
Yeah, sounds like it.
I don't need her talking mess about me on the radio.
That's right.
Yep. All right. Cameron.
Hey.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hey, Cameron, what's up?
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
A while ago, you did an expo on how to insult somebody without swearing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is one my dad always said. At least I don't suck the maggots out of a dead sheep's nostrils.
That sounds it shouldn't be something you should say.
At least I don't suck. At least I don't suck the maggots out of a dead sheep's nostrils.
Yeah. Cameron, are you in therapy?
I should be. But
yeah,
no,
probably.
not yet.
Yeah.
Hello, yeah, what?
Right.
Where in God's name did he dream that up?
Something that his dad told him. He was an old sheep herder.
Well, there you go.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right, thanks, Cameron. See you later.
Have a good one.
877-602-9696 is the number.
I don't know why, sheep herders have a reputation of being, wise and all that. They really don't deserve it.
The wise old sheep herder.
Yeah. Sarah.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Sarah.
Good morning, Sarah.
Hi.
What's
Good
up?
morning.
What's
I just
up?
wanted to say it's a beautiful day, and we live next to the gorgeous mountains. Every day when I come to work, I park and I'm walking from my car up to the work building, and I say, "Good morning, beautiful mountains."
We are very lucky to live so close to such things.
Yes, good. It is a lovely place to live.
Mhm.
It's I've lived elsewhere in the country, and there are things there are other places that have their charms, but nothing like this.
Like I went to Denver not that long ago, and you think of Denver as being a similar city to
It's
Salt
not.
Lake. It's not. They're proud of their mountains, and I said, "Where are they?"
They're about
like
an hour
100 miles.
about an hour and a half away. It's about
Exactly.
an hour and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We are very lucky.
Yes, we are.
All right.
Have a great day.
Thank you. See you
Thank
later.
you. All right, let's go to Sean.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi,
It's
Sean.
entirely too uplifting. I don't know.
Hey,
Hey, Sean, what's up?
Radio from Hell. How are you guys this morning?
Good. What's going on with you?
Oh, God, I'm laid off. I'm on month number 2. It's pretty great.
You got
It's
laid,
pretty great.
You got laid off.
You're happy about that.
Not really, but
Oh.
I'm just trying to make the best of it.
Okay.
You know.
Gina, can't you hear the irony in his voice? Are you still? Are you looking? Still looking, or?
I'm a sheet metal union worker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, still looking, always. I put in like 29 years, and kind of this is what I get. They just kind of ship you off.
29 years at the same place, and then
No, 29 years in the sheet metal union.
Oh, okay. Why did they lay you off? Is just business slowed down, or?
It had been slowed, yes, for before Christmas. It slowed down, and now the new guy got in, and they had to reconfigure some money they were trying to put forward to some computer chip companies. I believe that got put on hold, and now there's like 200 of us on the bench out of work.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, hang in there.
But, I mean, the beginning of the year, I got diagnosed with a fatty liver, so I've been on a diet ever since. I'm down 40 pounds. That's what I'm doing right now is prepping food.
40 pounds. That's good.
Well done.
So you're doing something right.
Yeah, it's great. And I think that's why I just have a good attitude. I don't know. But yeah, you guys said nobody was calling, so I figured I'd call. I ended up being very loud.
No,
That's cool.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks,
Hey,
Sean.
thanks,
I
Sean.
love your guys' show. I listen every day. Geek Show says, hey. Have 2 shots.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
You sit down.
Yeah, you got all. That's
You
all
got
right.
it all. You
That
got
is
it.
all correct.
Always make mine a double, Sean.
All right, thanks, Sean.
See you later.
That's right.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Hail Satan.
Thank you.
I like Sean.
Hail
That's
Satan.
the way everyone should sign off, I guess.
Hail Satan.
Dirk. Dirk is here.
Hi, Dirk.
Dirk.
Hello, yeah, what?
What do you want to do here, Dirk?
Want to congratulate my daughter, Taya Rain. She just graduated to be a registered nurse.
Ah, good.
Today, her last day working at the clinic, and a couple of her and her girlfriends on Friday are traveling back east to hang out kind of in a beach town for a couple months, and before they get a full-time job. So she busted her. She deserves it. So I just wanted to say
What beach town is she going to?
she's going to North Carolina. So,
The Outer Banks.
down
That's
there.
That's beautiful out there.
Yeah. They're actually going there.
Yeah,
That's
the Outer
one of their places they want to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Thank you, Dirk.
Okay, see you later.
Bye. Let's go to Michael.
Hello, yeah, what?
Oh, Michael, what's up?
Hi, this is Michael. I just want to talk about my donation at the Red Cross in Layton.
Okay. Then
Okay,
do it.
So, they have a new device or new technology at the Red Cross. When you give your blood donation, they no longer have to prick your finger. There's a new way to test your hemoglobin. So what they do is they clip a device to your thumb and it pulses for about a minute. And no more finger pricks, and the medical assistants there just love the new technology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds great. Excellent. Well, thanks for that information.
All right.
See you later.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, what?
All right. Traffic, Gina, please.
Okay, we've got a crash northbound I-15 miles 330 Layton Parkway in Davis County. Another crash southbound I-15 2100 north in Centerville. That's off to the right shoulder. Animal in traffic. I don't know what kind. It just says animal in traffic eastbound I-84. This is 1 mile north of Morgan. If you're in that area and can identify the animal, we just like some details, that's all. Or whatever you're seeing on the roads, let us know. 33986. Haster Games for board games. Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or hastergames.com.
All right. We got some messages and a song, and right after that song, it's Beat Gina. Beat Gina Godzilla trivia today.
Just all kinds?
All kinds of Godzilla trivia. What is the prize that we have for us?
So Live Nation is doing this 30-ticket summer, like to all different shows, like Incubus, Offspring, AJR, Billy Idol, $30 tickets. So we have $30 tickets to one of those shows. I believe you're going to have your choice of a few.
Oh, okay. So concert tickets, 877-602-9696. All you got to do is play Beat Gina. 877-602-9696. We'll play after these messages and a song lineup as soon as possible. Larson, HVAC and Plumbing.
Now, it's been cool, so you might not have been thinking about your AC.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to warm up pretty fast here, and you probably need to get your AC serviced before you kick it on and leave it on all summer long. Have Larson HVAC and Plumbing come and check it out. You can also enter to win a free smart thermostat from our friends at Larson HVAC and Plumbing. How you enter is you just go to larsonhvac.com/X96. You can enter there. But I would call them and have them come out, check your AC, and think about signing up for their VIP program. We're all members of it.
Yep.
One of the greatest things about that is they will call and remind you, hey, it's time for this service, that service. And you know when they come out to service your AC in your furnace, they're not looking for something to upsell you on.
No.
They fix what needs fixing, and they don't try to get you some other way. They're also Rheem Pro certified, so call them, 801-930-5450, or go to larsonhvac.com/it.
You remember last week? We talked to the people at Starbase Hill.
Yes.
They've sent us a little gift and a letter.
That's nice.
To the Radio from Hell crew. I wanted to thank you, Bill, Terry, Gina, and Katie.
Yeah.
That happens.
Of course, we have a website.
For being our wingman. Starbase Hill continues the fight to open its doors and serve the youth of northern Utah. Without your help, our efforts would definitely be fruitless. Hopefully, the great education we offer will help. We will bombard the offices of Senator Lee and Senator Curtis in the hopes of gaining their support. Having the Senate Appropriations Committee recede to the House's proposed budget of $60 million, the fart in a windstorm, would restart operations nationwide for DoD Starbase. And it goes on to talk about the program and what it is, as they described it on the air. But it says, again, I'm a huge fan of yours. It was absolutely wonderful talking to you about our program, and I've enclosed these challenge coins.
Oh.
I wish I could coin you myself, but there's one for each of us. There are these Starbase Hill challenge coins. On one side it says Starbase Hill Wingman, and then it's got a picture of Delicate Arch with some jets.
Oh, that's
There's
cool.
one for you. You can use that for the coin toss.
We'll see how it works with Beat Gina.
What would the heads be? I guess the arches would be tails, probably, right?
Probably. The beehive would be the
head.
I think,
Yeah, they're very nice. And anyway, it says if there's anything I can ever do for you, thanks for your incredible support. I wish I'd be there to coin you myself. But please don't hesitate to give me a call. David Amprin.
This is only one of many, many programs that might go away and not come back.
There's one for you too, Katie.
Boy, that's a pretty substantial
It's heavy,
coin.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like most challenge
big.
coins
It's
that we
big.
have.
It's a little bigger than most
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
And it's a little heavier.
All right. Well, we'll swap this one. We'll use this one instead of our other one.
What was the other? What was the one I gave you to do the?
Well, the one we've been using, because I lost the one that you gave me.
Oh.
And then I found another one that is University of Utah National Center for Veteran Studies is the one I have been using. So we'll swap that one out.
You used to collect these, Bill.
I have a whole bunch of them. I had them displayed in a little case, and but then when I moved some stuff around, I just put them in a bag, and they're in a bag somewhere. I've probably got about 50 or 60 challenge coins.
I have a couple Radio from Hell challenge coins.
Yeah,
left.
I got a couple of those.
It was a good idea, but the Radio from Hell challenge coins were not. They tried to put too much on them.
Yeah, they were overly complicated.
Yeah, and it didn't show up well.
These are really cool.
But there you go. So thank you, and I hope they can get that Starbase Hill thing refunded. Some states fund them themselves.
You know, we have a surplus here.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, but we've got to give.
And we care about children. This should be a no-brainer.
No,
They'll take
we've
care
got to
of
give
this.
tax breaks
Won't
to
they?
some landowners.
Oh.
We got to. And you know what I like? I like the idea of the Starbase Hill too, because they call it, instead of calling it a STEM program, it's a STEAM program: science, technology, and arts. Science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. They put art in there, which I think all programs like that should do. Even if you're studying to be a scientist, you ought to have a little bit of art education as well.
Well, I get to decide what is the art.
Yeah.
I'm not an art teacher or studied art, but I'm a legislature.
You know what it is.
I know art.
You know if it's art when you see it, right?
Why don't you make with the art, and I'll judge it right now.
Is this the new head of the Kennedy Center? Is that?
That's Donald Trump.
I know art.
He's the chairman.
Oh, I thought you were going to do that story today, by the way, Bill.
Didn't get to it. But
Ben Folds.
Yeah, left.
And somebody else.
Shonda Rhimes.
Shonda Rhimes.
And not Beverly Sills, the other opera singer. I can't think of her name now. Yeah, but the three pretty big names
said we're out.
Just left the Kennedy Center. You know, I performed on the stage at that Kennedy Center.
Really? You did?
I did.
What did you perform?
Well,
you did art.
I did act in art. I was there. It was where some auditions were being held. Every year there would be what they call the regional theater auditions, and college students go and they audition to find summer theater work at regional theaters. So it's a whole bunch of people from all over the country, and they hold them in region. They hold them on the East Coast, one on the West Coast, and one in the Midwest. And people from Shakespeare companies and summer theater companies, they all come, and then students go and audition. So I auditioned. I had to do 2 pieces, standing on that stage by myself, darkened auditorium. There were probably about 40 people out there, and I didn't get a job.
Oh, I would have hired you, Bill.
Oh, wait, no, I did get it. I'm sorry, I take it back. I did get a job.
Well, now that we're in charge of the art, what's going to happen is we're going to put pictures of the First Lady up with those very tasteful nudes
with the
that she
guns?
did. That's art.
The nudes.
That's what we have decided is art, and that will be displayed.
I was told my audition at that time was embarrassing.
Told by whom?
By a theater professor of mine was there looking to hire some people. I didn't know he was there.
You were just nervous, probably.
No, it was embarrassing because of the subject matter that I chose.
Which was what?
It was a letter that was in Rolling Stone, and it was about a kid talking about the assassination of John Kennedy, and it was how he said he was homesick from school, and he liked to look at dirty magazines when he was home by himself. And, he's just narrating this. And I get under the covers with a blanket and look at these dirty magazines. And my mother was at work and nobody was home. So I was looking at these dirty magazines. All of a sudden, the door to my bedroom opened and my mother said, "President Kennedy's been shot." And I felt like it was my fault. And that was pretty much the piece, except there's a little bit of masturbation involved as well.
You see, Bill, if you'd have done that scene from The Odd Couple that we talked about.
That's right. That's exactly right.
It would have been more successful.
I decided to go out on a limb and do something sort of...
Well, you let us decide what is art, all right?
I still to this day think it was a really good piece because it's just the way the voice of the kid saying, I thought that it was my fault that he was shot.
Aww.
Because he was guilty about looking at dirty magazines.
Yeah. Because
I love that song. And on this day in 1963, Brian Nash, guitarist with Frankie Goes to Hollywood, was born.
Holly Johnson, still kicking it. He's on a European tour right now. 2025. He's going all over Europe. He's 65 years old and still performing. And yeah.
All right. Is this sponsored, Gina?
The Live Nation $30 ticket to summer is here. Get your $30 tickets to all your favorites coming to Utah this summer. On sale Wednesday, the 21st. You can find out information about that at x96.com. It's your chance to win tickets to Live Nation summer concerts, including Incubus, AJR, The Offspring, Billy Idol, and more.
Well, it's time for another out-of-the-world edition of the game show of the future. Beat Gina. This is announcer Johnny O, urging you to act immediately and send for your very own secret code Vibra Planet Space walkie-talkies. Thrills and fun galore. They send, receive, song, voice, music, no electric wires, no batteries. Talk between house and garage, between rooms, leaping leopards, just like the top secret equipment all the space commandos use on television and in the movies. You can transmit spaceograms, a portable space set. Carry it with you everywhere. Speak through space. You and your pals are ready to send and receive secret messages anytime. And send for yours today, and we'll send you a free top secret spaceogram code. This code will positively baffle grown-ups trying to overhear your messages. Send $1 with the coupon today. Full 5-day trial. If not satisfied, we'll send your dollar back to you. Send to Consumer Smart, Department 30, 131 West 33rd Street, New York City, New York.
Wait a minute. No electric wires or batteries. Well, how does it work?
It's a spaceogram. It's a Vibra.
Is it a string?
It's a vibe. No. It's a Vibra Planet Space walkie-talkie.
Yeah, come on, Carrie. It
uses Vibra technology. Vibra technology. Yes. And now here's our very own space cadet host, Carrie Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Using Vibra technology.
Vibra.
All right, the randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be going up against Paige today. Hello,
Hi, Paige.
Are you there?
Hi, I am here.
All right, Paige. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage if you call correctly heads or tails.
Let's go tails.
All right, let's see what happens. It is tails.
Oh, you're one step closer to these $30 Live Nation tickets.
All right, Paige, because you won the coin toss, that means the first question is for you to answer on your own exclusively with no interference. It's multiple choice, pop culture trivia. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, Gina heard the question. She's going to answer it correctly and steal the point away from you. We'll go back and forth until one of you gets 3 points. That really bad Americanized version of Godzilla was released on this day in 1998. The one with Matthew Broderick.
Yep.
Yes, that was bad.
Yeah. So we compiled a whole bunch of different Godzilla trivia for you. All right, Paige, first question is for you. Here we go. Paige, Godzilla, the irradiated prehistoric creature, is referred to in Japan as what type of creature or monster? This is what the Japanese call them. Is it 1, Tengu? Is it 2, Kaiju? Is it 3, Timu? Or is it 4, Suntory?
I think it's 4, Suntory.
No, terribly sorry. That's a whiskey, actually. It's a delicious Japanese whiskey.
I believe.
Well, how do you think they get it?
Good point, Paige. I believe it's Kaiju.
Kaiju is correct.
There's a point for Gina, and Gina controls the question.
Gina, in the movie Godzilla 1985,
Okay.
how was Godzilla defeated at the end?
Okay.
Was it 1, Chief Brody fired his gun at the oxygen tank lodged in Godzilla's mouth? Is it 2, building-sized speakers blared, "We built this city by Starship" at deafening levels?
Could be.
It was 1985, after all. 3, he was frozen in the icy waters of the North Pole. Or 4, he was lured into a volcano.
Lured into a volcano.
Wow, Gina, way to go.
That's 2 points for Gina. Come on, Paige.
All right, Paige. Here we go. The second Godzilla movie, because the original was a long time ago. The second Godzilla movie was released in America under what title? Is it 1, Big Lizard in My Backyard? Is it 2, Godzilla Goes to College? Is it 3, Gigantus the Fire Monster? Or 4, Godzilla Raids Again?
Let's go for 3.
Gigantus the Fire Monster? How did you know that? You see, the idiots in America didn't think that Godzilla was a big deal, so they changed his name to Gigantus.
Yep. All right, Paige is in the game. It's 1-2. Gina, though, could win on this question.
Gina, Godzilla's original design for his scales/skin was inspired by what event in history? Is it 1, pockmarks or scars from survivors of chickenpox?
Okay.
Is it 2, when Edward James Olmos mooned Harrison Ford on the set of Blade Runner?
Oh, it was frightening.
Was it 3, keloid scars from the survivors of atomic bomb detonations? Or 4, Orson Welles' nose after the filming of his Paul Masson wine commercials?
I believe it's the keloids from atomic explosions.
Correct.
And Gina wins the game. I'm so sorry, Paige.
Wow.
Just kind of.
Oh, man.
You didn't have much of a chance
Well,
there.
Barreled right over you like Godzilla.
I mean,
didn't.
Paige, it's not fair because I work with Carrie, who has exposed me to lots of Godzilla trivia throughout the years, and that's perhaps not fair.
No, it's not fair.
So because of that, even though I beat you, I'm going to give you these Live Nation tickets anyway.
Oh, thank you.
Hang on the line. We'll tell you how to get those tickets.
I've got to get out of here. Mrs. Zola just contacted me on my Vibra Planet space walkie-talkie, and she needs a bag of walnuts.
Oh, okay. Well, all right then. Yeah.
Very specific.
Thank you. All right. Big Boy News now brought to you by...
Dive into Shark Summer. That's who Chief Brody got, was the shark there. For Shark Summer at Clark Planetarium. Experience the jaw-dropping IMAX film Shark Kingdom. Grab limited edition shark gear. Explore shark-themed fun for the whole family. It all starts Memorial Day weekend and runs all summer. Don't miss it. Adventure is circling.
Yes, she needs a bag of walnuts. Let me see here.
Is she making banana bread?
I guess. I don't know. I don't really know the Olas very well.
You don't?
No.
You're never here when he's here. So.
I don't know the Olas too. I have been to their house once. They're very nice. Let's see. Disturbing pictures in the Sean Combs trial.
Oh.
New pictures show bottles of baby oil and piles of drugs that cops found at his hotel room when he was arrested. Federal investigators found baby oil, lubricant, ecstasy, pink cocaine, and candy when they raided Combs' room in November, in New York City in September. And then there was testimony as his former girlfriend Cassie Ventura testified at the trial. The pictures of the sordid hotel room were shown to the jury, and they were released to the public on Monday. Jurors also saw graphic images of Cassie Ventura's gruesome injuries that she suffered at the hands of Combs, her ex-boyfriend of 10 years. Combs' attorneys have insisted that while Combs might be guilty of domestic violence, he's not guilty of any of those charges against him, including racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Multiple previously unreleased photos of Cassie's wounds, allegedly inflicted by Combs, were also shown to the jury and released on Monday. 2 pictures showed an eyebrow gash. It was pretty ugly after he had thrown her into a bed frame. And Cassie's ex-best friend, Carrie Morgan, testified that after Cassie took those selfies of her injuries that following the caught on video attack, she returned home where her former best friend was staying, and Combs showed up at the apartment 30 minutes later with a hammer and tried to break down the door. He was hitting the door with a hammer, trying to open it. But they didn't call the police.
Because it's Sean Combs. So,
yeah, I guess.
So we can't call the police.
Can't call the police. But finally somebody broke this open, and he's standing trial, and I just can't imagine that he's not going to be completely convicted of everything.
I hope.
And go to prison for life. The family of a 92-year-old mother and grandmother is mourning her death after she was hit while standing on a sidewalk in St. George. Happened near the intersection of Mall Drive and Red Cliffs Drive. The crash left 2 people broken and bleeding on the lawn of a Wells Fargo bank. Police called the crash a courtesy trap collision. They said a driver waiting to turn left was waved through the intersection by an oncoming vehicle, that driver did not check all lanes of traffic, leading to a T-bone crash that barreled off the road and into the victims. Dallas Richardson, by the way, don't do that.
What?
Don't be courteous and motion other drivers into traffic and so forth. It's just...
Sometimes it screws things up.
It's just not. It's unfortunate that people have to wait, but they do have to wait. Dallas Richardson said that the mistake seriously injured his uncle, Darren Fisher, and killed his grandma, Virginia Fisher. Richardson said his uncle Darren acted as a caretaker for his mother, Virginia. They were running errands when the accident occurred. And a 53-year-old man was arrested in Salt Lake for allegedly having an blood alcohol level that police said was so high that if he had continued to drive, it would have only been a matter of time before he hurt someone. Jamie Boyd was booked into the Salt Lake County Jail Thursday for investigation of repeat DUI and being an alcohol-restricted driver. They were called to Redwood Road location, flagged down by a resident. They found Mr. Boyd sitting in a parked car with an open beer. According to police booking affidavit, officers confirmed through nearby surveillance video that Boyd had driven there. He had drooping eyes, and officers detected a strong odor of alcohol. Let's see what his blood alcohol level was. 0.308, or more than 6 times the legal driving limit. Fortunately, they were able to collar him before he got his car moving anywhere else. Well, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie...
That's a moray?
That's not a moray. Oh, that's a murder.
That sounds like it.
That's a murder. And Gina Barberi, our crime reporter, has details.
A French restaurant owner confessed to killing a recluse during a botched robbery, then chopping up the man's body and cooking parts of it in a pot of vegetables to cover his tracks. Felipe Schneider, 69, and his partner Natalie are both on trial for the alleged involvement in the murder of 60-year-old Georges Melchier, who disappeared in 2023. Schneider, a former butcher, allegedly told police that he and his accomplice killed Melchior during a botched break-in at the recluse's home deep in the woods in a French village. She has denied any involvement. The alleged killer even warned investigators that, quote, "what I'm going to tell you is horrific," before detailing the macabre cover-up. Schneider told investigators they tied him up and gagged him after searching his home and came back to find him dead. So they didn't mean to kill him. He died while they were robbing him.
Sure, yeah.
To cover up the incident, the pizza chef reportedly said he dismembered the victim's body because, he'd been a butcher.
You said former butcher.
He said he had skills. Burned his head, hands, and feet and left pieces scattered through the area inside his own van, which the pair absconded with. Schneider also said he tried cooking parts of the body in a pot of vegetables in line with a religious ritual he learned about in Nepal to cover the smell. What? Another man on trial, a 25-year-old grave digger, allegedly roped in as an accomplice.
I don't believe this screenplay.
I don't either.
Said Schneider ordered him to cook the meat until, quote, it falls off the bone. You want it to be very...
Yeah.
And to tell anyone who asks questions that it's food for the dog.
Is that it?
That's it. Isn't that enough?
That screenplay's hard to believe.
Caden Carpenter, crouched at home plate, peered out at the snow-covered peaks of the Wasatch Front and the gray rain clouds overhead. The junior University of Utah outfielder moved his eyes from the sky to the... Oh, this is written so poetically. They're talking about Smith's Ballpark. This is the last ball game that's been being played there. It was the University of Utah playing its final game at Smith's Ballpark on Saturday. And then I guess next season they have their own ballpark.
They've been building it up at Guardsman
on campus.
I'm still so sad about Smith's Ballpark. Yeah. It's such a beautiful place.
Yeah, great ballpark.
President Trump is intensifying his campaign against press freedom, threatening legal action against ABC News for its coverage of the Boeing 747 jet from Qatar. He's lashing out, saying, ABC must not say that Qatar is giving me a free Boeing 747.
Well, now they're reporting, as is CNN, that Trump approached Qatar initially. I'd really like you to give me that plane.
So they called Boeing and said, hey, when are those new Air Force One planes going to be ready? And Boeing said it's going to be another couple of years. And they're like, well, we don't want to wait that long.
Yeah.
So they went shopping for another plane somewhere. So apparently they reached out to
Qatar and said, yeah, we could use that. Why don't you gift it to us?
Yeah, and,
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Carrie, those capuchin monkeys who've been kidnapping baby howler monkeys.
Yes.
Well, apparently there's one sort of ringleader.
Yes.
They call him Joker.
Of course.
Joker is recognizable because of a small scar on his face.
I got these scars.
And over a few months, the cameras caught him carrying around 4 different baby howler monkeys, holding on to each of them for up to 9 days.
Wow.
Joker is apparently the other young male capuchins who saw Joker's behavior decided, hey, Joker's cool. Let's us do it too. And that's how there's a rash of kidnapping baby howler monkeys, all because Joker started it.
Why so serious?
There you go.
Sports weather traffic.
Well, the fate of the tush push is going to be voted on in the next 2 days in Minneapolis. Members of the Philadelphia Eagles are calling around the league trying to get support for, hey, help.
I don't understand this because anybody can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, any team can do it that wants to do it.
And I just want to go on record as being pro-tush push.
You're pro.
I am pro. I think that
push in the tush.
I think they should just give it's another tactic. It's fine. I think they should be allowed to do it. In the NHL today, you've got the Panthers and the Hurricanes at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow, the Oilers and the Stars. In the NBA today, Timberwolves and Thunder, it's Game 1 at 6:30. And the Pacers and Knicks have their Game 1 tomorrow at 6. Salt Lake Bees are home tonight. It's family night. You can get 4 lawn seats for just $40, so bring the whole family. And they're playing Omaha. That's at 6:30 tonight. Weather. We're getting warmer and drier. 70 for a high today. Overnight low 47. Tomorrow 73. We'll be in the 80s by Thursday, and we kind of hang around there all Memorial Weekend. So it'll be nice, sunny, warm weather for your Memorial Weekend plans, whatever they may be. All traffic is stopped on the 201 freeway 9th West to clean up debris from a crash that's now moved to the right shoulder. Traffic's backed up to 3200 West. Incident management is on the scene of that as well. Not our incident management, the real incident management.
Yes.
They're there as well. Whatever else you're seeing, we had a couple of friends of the program send that one in. You can do that as well. 33986. See movies on the big screen at Broadway Center Cinemas. Summer Showdown starts May 30th with cult classics Fight Club and Drive. Now both can be seen Friday and Saturday. Get your tickets at slfstix.org.
All right, Ben the Donut Critic is coming up after these messages. Stand by. I don't know what he's bringing us. RenaissanceRanch.com.
Yeah, Renaissance Ranch, it's a locally owned, family-owned addiction treatment center. And if you have someone in your family that's suffering from drugs or alcohol addiction, you know how tough it is, or maybe it's you can find help at Renaissance Ranch. The hardest part is just allowing yourself to reach out for the help, but the help is out there with Renaissance Ranch. Their program is designed for male patients specifically, and they have residential and outpatient services. So if you still can maintain a job and you need to go to work, this is the way to do it. Staffed by recovering addicts who really understand the problem because they've been through it themselves. Schedule a free consultation. Read compelling success stories online. You'll find them at RenaissanceRanch.com. RenaissanceRanch.com. They really are great people, and they are now accepting most private insurance plans, and they also
a very strange enchanted boy.
That's Kyle Brown, longtime participant on the Radio from Hell show, longtime friend of the program. Knew him from the time he was a skater kid in high school.
Yep.
He was on our show for many years. We had kind of a falling out over a couple of things, but we heard that Kyle had taken ill and had taken very seriously ill with ALS, which is a fatal condition. And we got back in touch with Kyle and wanted to have him on. And he can't talk very well anymore, so he's been writing us letters. And here's the latest installment of a letter from Kyle Brown. I used to paraglide. That is the thing similar to hang gliding, but with a system similar to a parachute.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
I remember when he used to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he. As a matter of fact, he would go from Farmington Peak. He would go off the top of Farmington Peak and paraglide and just float around and eventually land in his own backyard, which I thought was. Anyway, the thing is similar to hang gliding, but with a system similar to parachute. Basically, you run off of a mountainside as the chute inflates, and eventually your feet leave the ground and you're flying. And who doesn't want to fly? I mean, come on. Okay, I admit it's not for everyone, and ironically, I'm afraid of heights, but I love paragliding. When people found out that I was a paraglider, they would often ask, do you have a death wish? Oh, to the contrary, I do not. I had the opposite. It was scary, but also incredible, partly because it was so scary. Mm-hmm. It's like a haunted house or a roller coaster. We do it for a rush. But the haunted house and the roller coaster, they're just like a beer. Paragliding's like meth, so it's way better. 4 people die from amusement park rides every year. 3 people die from paragliding, so I was fine. And just so you know, 95,000 Americans die from alcohol-related causes and 15,500 from meth. So I guess I'm saying you should paraglide and do meth? Actually, both are safer than ALS, since almost 25,000 people will die from ALS this year. Well, that went off the rails a bit, didn't it? He writes. In other news, the Iron Man documentary about me was nominated for a Sports Emmy.
That's cool.
Although it's a long shot up against Super Bowl specials and a college basketball show, let's just give it to the dying guy playing the hard sport. We have a saying in triathlon, you know. If football was hard, they'd call it triathlon.
Wow.
Wouldn't it be funny if I had an Emmy? I have so many talented friends and family in the theater. I was picked on by all the jocks at Viewmont High School, and dumb old me ends up with an Emmy. Yep, the stupid skater boy gets the Sports Emmy. It would be my incredibly funny finale to life. I think it'd be hilarious and fitting. Iron Man wants to fly me to the awards ceremony in New York on May 22nd. I said I'd go, if I'm still alive. My daughter graduates on May 24th. Our cat is having kittens in about 2 weeks. I don't have time for this death crap. Yeah. Listeners, make good use of your time because most of you have some. Well, maybe you don't have some. You might get hit by a car later today. So be careful. Love you all. Cheers, Kyle. Look over there.
You have an Emmy, don't you, Bill?
I do.
All right, is this sponsored, Gina?
Brought to you by funny named pastries.
Well, it's Ben Lee, the donut critic. He's here, but he didn't bring us a donut. He didn't bring us a croissant. He didn't bring us a muffin. What did you bring us?
I brought us Cruffins.
Cruffin.
Yeah, it's one of those made-up dessert names. Cruffin.
Cruffin.
Well, I'm eating it.
And that's the most important part.
Yeah.
But, no, what else are they going to come up with? Honestly, like there's Cruffins. It's not a croissant.
There's cronuts.
There's cronuts. There's a crookie. So there's a croissant with a cookie.
Okay.
There's a croffle.
We're playing God, is what we're doing.
Well, we're apparently not with brownies.
What's the croffle?
The croffle is a croissant donut or croissant dough in a waffle iron.
Oh.
It's actually really good.
I would have that, yeah.
Now,
There's a couple of places that actually offer that in Salt Lake.
Where did this come from?
So this Cruffin came from Beaumont Bakery. So this
shot here on the camera here, so you can see.
Yeah, so they are tall and impressive. So the Cruffin came about in 2013, same as the Cronut. So there was just this influx of croissant innovation, and it finally reached us, I think, around 2018, and they've been doing this Cruffin for a while. So they dress it up really nice, and they fill them, and just depending on how much you love the crispiness of the croissant dough, it just changes it slightly. You know, croissant's going to be a little bit more flat, and it's going to be a little bit fluffier. These are those condensed pastries. So.
Yeah, and where is Beaumont Bakery?
So Beaumont Bakery's up in Olympus Hills, and they have a couple new places coming that I think are the exciting part about it, because there's going to be a lot more bread, a lot more pastries. There's this spot up in Mill Creek that they are going to do. It's kind of like a co-op with coffee.
Oh, good.
So that's coming soon.
Now, is this what they do the best, or are there other things that they do?
So I think the best thing that is at Beaumont is the cruller. So not very many places in Utah can do a good cruller. If you've had a good cruller, then like Utah is a pretty sad place for that.
What makes a good cruller?
So a cruller, I think, has that eggness to it. It's a little bit moist, and everything that I've had in Utah is a little bit drier, a little too crunchy, and a little just too plain. Like I feel like it's not bringing out the real nature of what a cruller is.
Now, I've always heard it pronounced cruller.
A cruller?
A cruller.
You're going to argue with the donut critic,
Well,
Bill?
maybe.
I'm not going to argue with him.
Maybe. You could look it up, Gina.
All right.
My fingers are sticky, so I can't.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, I'm going to Europe, and I will find that out. I will ask around and see how people are pronouncing it.
When are you going to Europe?
I'm going in 2 weeks, and we're going to hit Paris, Germany, Prague, Switzerland, Salzburg, like all these places.
It's like a dessert.
Some of the best food and desserts I've ever had.
Yeah, we're taking a month, and we're going to just do a big old road trip. So
Germany.
It is from the Dutch word krull, meaning twisted cake, and they pronounce it cruller.
Cruller.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to like Berliners and other things that are over there. And then I'm going to be an expert on croissant dough. So we'll come back.
Oh, great.
It's for work. This is
for work.
This is work.
Are you going to be sending us donuts?
I'll be sending you pictures and making you jealous, but that's about it.
All right.
Now, the Cruffins from Beaumont Bakery in Olympus Cove, they do baked goods and they do lunch and breakfast and that kind of thing. Sandwiches, things like that.
They actually are starting dinner service as well in
really?
2025. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Because
I know they do brunch. But yeah, I mean, there's a s'mores cookie there that my nieces like so much that, and they live in L.A. So that when Sue drives down to see them, she has to swing by, get a few, and
they're
take
that
them.
good.
Okay. But
I mean,
speaking
they're good, but you know,
speaking of LA,
Yes.
this is the announcement that needs to be done today.
Okay.
Sidecar Donuts is coming to Utah.
And that's kind of a thing.
It's a huge thing, especially in the donut community. So I posted this about a week and a half ago on my Instagram.
The donut community.
We're a strong community. But no, Sidecar Donuts is making so many people excited because when you go down, I mean, the pipeline to Disney is huge for Utah. But when you go down there, you get these awesome donuts. And the best thing about these Sidecar Donuts, they have the salty and the sweet balance. So I can eat 2 immediately as I get in the store.
So you say one is a salt and butter donut, which I'm kind of confused by. What?
So think of the best cake donut you can imagine.
Okay.
And then add in, obviously glaze and then salt. And that is that balanced.
All over it.
Yes.
All over it.
See, there you go.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a butter cake, but in a donut form, in a way.
I look forward to trying this.
And then the others, it's funny because Gina, it's a conflicting thing with Gina, the maple bacon donut, because she hates maple, but she likes bacon.
So this is a good combo, and I don't know if you would even recognize what you hate about it because like just the combo comes together and is so delicious. It really is. That's one of my favorite donuts, and the huckleberry that they have there, it's just packed with flavor. They make them throughout the day, so you go in there and they're hot and fresh.
Is it a cake donut?
They have cake and raised. So yeah.
Really? Because I'd like a cake huckleberry. Boy, that would be.
So the huckleberry is a cake donut.
Yes. Good. If you keep bringing us treats like this, I'll be your huckleberry. Listen, there's one thing I don't like about this fact that Sidecar Donuts is coming here. It's in the location where Bucket of Spaghetti was, I miss Bucket of Spaghetti.
Did you ever go to Bucket of Spaghetti? Nobody ever went to Bucket of Spaghetti.
There's a reason it's not there anymore.
Okay, somebody on my post actually was saying that they were so sad, and I was trying to figure out if they were being funny about it or if really, because I don't know anybody else that went.
I don't know.
It was fun to drive by and laugh at the sign. Yeah. That's why it got all the lip service.
I mean, honestly, I almost did it just for a post, but they didn't even have like a big bucket that's overflowing with spaghetti.
Yeah.
That was what I wanted. I wanted to like walk out sloshing around, the noodles and sauce just everywhere.
You wanted that visual, and they just wouldn't deliver.
They wouldn't deliver.
Spaghetti is one of those things that's not hard to make. So
yeah,
I mean, you've said before, like the reason you like going to bakeries is they do stuff you can't do at home.
I can't do this stuff at home. Yeah,
but you can do spaghetti at home.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sidecar has a basil eggs Benedict.
Yes, that one is so delicious.
That
I mean,
sounds
it's a delicious breakfast on a donut.
All right.
Huh.
But honestly, this is going to be a huge thing as soon as it's announced. I don't have dates yet, but I've been talking with management. I mean, they are preparing for some long lines, and that parking lot is so small.
It is.
So we're going to have to figure that out, but it's going to be amazing.
It was too small when it was a Starbucks. It was too small.
I mean, they need to do a parking lot and then like shuttle people in because it's going to be long lines. I promise.
Yep. All right. Ben Lee, the Donut Critic. You can find his stuff at just go to Instagram. Just look for the Donut Critic. That's the best way to do it.
Yep, and you can see all my posts there, and hit me up.
Thank you.
Right.
Thanks all.
Thank you very much. All right. Traffic, Gina, please.
We have identified the animal running loose.
What?
A cow running on eastbound I-84 has been wrangled at the on-ramp from Mountain Green in Weaver Canyon. The freeway is closed until they get the cow loaded onto a trailer. That's good news. That means that they didn't kill the cow.
Not a dead cow.
You don't want to hit the cow.
Backups from the mouth of the canyon in Ogden. That's your traffic.
All right. Thank you very much. KXRK Provo, we will take a break. We'll be back after some messages and a song. with the Boner Recap game. Easy to play. All you have to do is tell us who won the Boner this morning. If you were listening, well, hey, you know. If you weren't listening, I wouldn't guess today.
No.
I mean, it was somewhat close. Cheat. Go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boners May 20, 2025. Click on there, and it'll say winner next to the correct answer. What is our prize for today?
Just been announced. X96 presents Blue October, October 25th at the Union.
Oh, maybe we should play some Blue October.
Oh, there we go.
All right. So, yeah, get the Blue October tickets. All you got to do is tell us who won the Boner this morning. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. BigOTires.com.
Let's see now, they're still offering $120 off select sets of 4 tires. That's through May 26th.
So make your appointment now to take advantage of that at BigOTires.com. It'll show you the Big O tires near you. There will be one.
Yes, there will. And you can make an appointment online at Big O Tires. Also, the Healthy Car Special is still in effect. 35, what is it,
$39.95 includes oil change, tire rotation, alignment check, brake check, battery check, and more.
That's what I was about to say. And remember, Big O Tires understands that tires can be an unexpected expense. Sometimes when you lose one tire, blow one tire out or something, you have to replace all 4 because of the wear. That's, that can run into some dough. So Big O has all kinds of financing, including no credit needed financing. You go to BigOTires.com. They are the team you trust.
Maybe we ought to have Katie or Dawson come in here and take a couple of pictures of this so we can post them. Sometime last week we were talking about bubble gum and blowing bubbles with bubble gum, and Gina said, "Well, I'll get some bubble gum and bring it in. We'll and do it." And she didn't do it, but I happened to glance down at when I was checking some groceries out last night and saw this package of bubble yum. So we're going to see what.
I prefer a Hubba Bubba myself.
I haven't seen Hubba Bubba. Is it around?
I think so.
I'm so out of practice.
That was a pretty good one I just did. Did you get that?
Let me try.
I'm going to have you judge, Katie, who manages to blow the biggest bubble. This show is so damn political. I can't.
I know, right?
God, it's terrible.
Oh, let me try again.
Maybe we ought to blow bubbles while we bitch about Trump.
Damn.
You know what? He's a non-issue. His candidates didn't win, except for here. I'm not bitching about him anymore.
We want bubbles here.
All right.
Well, let's try him.
That was a good one. This is terrible radio.
That's as big as I can. That's why I want Katie to take some
I'm out of
pictures. We can post them really quick. If
Come
you go
on,
to
Gina, I want to see that
X96,
double bubble that you talked about.
X96.com/live, you can see us doing this if you really want to.
Oh.
Yeah, you said a bubble inside of a bubble.
I'll do it. I haven't blown bubbles in a long time, but remember when you didn't believe me that I could do a pogo stick?
Yeah.
It's like that.
I'm still not sure.
That's a good one, Bill.
What was that noise?
I was trying to get her attention. I couldn't say, "Hey, Katie," because I had a huge bubble.
So you did a mosquito sound?
Yeah, something. Yeah, this is really good radio, isn't it?
I'm going to try to do the... Oh, Carrie did it.
That's one. You blow one inside of us? Was that
sure,
one?
as far as you know.
So far, Bill is winning on his sizes.
Size.
I'm way out of practice. This is the first bubble gum I've actually had in my mouth, I think, in...
Me too.
40 years.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
Yeah, see, I don't chew gum, so...
I'm not doing them very big, so I'll try to do one inside the other. How about that?
Okay.
Do that.
I've always been
I'm gonna
known
get
as...
close.
I've always been known as the size king.
Yep. Here we are with our Soros money in our pockets and our liberal agenda. So political.
Can you tell? You can kind of see it. Oh. I did it.
Gina's gum just now fell out of her mouth and onto the floor.
Onto the floor?
See it? I did.
Did you catch it before it went on the floor?
I did. It'll have to be a very zoomed in photo.
Yeah.
You want another piece? Here.
Give her 2 pieces. See if she can do them. Because that's too much for me.
No.
I'm going to do a second piece of gum and see if I can blow an even bigger bubble, because I've got a pretty big one there.
I would only imagine.
This all started, I don't think it started because when I was in grade school, I won a bubble gum blowing contest.
Well, you're a pro then. This isn't fair.
It was
You're a professional. You shouldn't be competing with the amateurs.
That's true.
Is that correct?
I won a bag of marbles.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Oh, it was great.
Do you still have those marbles?
No.
He lost them.
Yeah, you're right.
Listen, I lost my marbles years ago.
Here comes Gina.
Well, this is a new piece. I got to work it in.
Oh, you're starting a whole new piece?
She dropped it on her shoe.
Oh, come on.
You didn't drop it on the floor. It fell out of your yap.
You should have did 2 pieces.
What is the flavor of bubble gum?
It's its own flavor.
What is it?
It's gross.
What is it?
Yeah. It's distinctly bubble gum, but where it originated from, I don't know.
I don't know.
I know when you smell it or when you taste it, you go, that's bubble
Who
gum.
decided that's what bubble gum?
Yeah, who decided that is the flavor?
Gum.
I'm going to...
what is the flavor?
Do some research. There's 25 calories in each piece of this gum.
Yeah.
Bubblegum flavor is a combination of...
Okay.
Artificial, of course. Strawberry, banana, cherry, orange, and lemon.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of all mixed.
You can taste, and if you think about it, you can taste all those things in it.
The banana is, I can... Wow, okay. That awkward moment when you can't tell if the segment is about blowing bubbles in gum or trying to connect with the ancestors and summon a demon by mistake.
Yep.
That happens.
That was that noise that Bill made.
All right, now I'm just hearing weird noises, and I think I'm getting called to take photos here.
I'm done.
My jaw's getting tired.
Yeah.
It's just not working out.
Did you do
You saw it happen, though, right?
I saw it happen, yes.
So you blow a bubble, and then you seal it off, and then you blow another bubble, and it'll go inside.
I can't get this piece real. I added more gum, and I can't quite get it.
I don't know what to tell you.
To the consistency. Now, you made a pronouncement, Katie. I don't chew gum.
Ever?
It was like the woman yesterday in the soda line that said, "I don't drink soda."
Yeah.
Wait a minute, let's explore that.
Why don't you?
Even like a little tiny piece of mint gum?
I don't like the texture. I don't like the smacking of it. No.
Are you
If
gonna
I'm
try
gonna do
that?
that, I'm gonna have mints.
Okay.
Mints
Really?
are my way to go. I've never liked gum. I think it's gross, and then people are dumb and they take it out and they stick it underneath things.
That's true.
And it's gross. It's not healthy. It's gross. It's gross, guys. It's gross.
But it's the jaw exercise, though.
What about the reverse bubble? Can you do that?
Oh, Sue does that all the time.
What's that?
She'll do that snappy sound.
See, these are all things that you don't do with mints that I enjoy, like not making sounds.
You can't blow bubbles with mints.
No, you can't. No.
Well, unless you're really talented, you might be able to.
Well, I'm getting notice from our consultant here.
Yeah?
People are going to get angry and turn off the show. I have reams and reams and reams of notes. It needs to be better.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Hey, we're sorry. All right.
It smells grossly like bubblegum in here,
Yeah,
guys.
it does.
Well, yeah, it would. It's recorded live right out there.
Yeah, Mitchell from Harriman was out there. That's
In
one of the-
Harriman?
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Recorded right out in our lobby here.
Because X96 presents Blue October, October 25th at the Union. I don't have the on-sale date, but if you go to x96.com, there's an exclusive pre-sale code you can use to
really?
purchase tickets.
If you ever have any question as to whether a band is talented or not, when they can do that, sit in a cafe, without their usual setup and make a song like that happen, and it's so emotional.
Tickets go on sale Friday, May 23rd. And there is if you go to x96.com, there's a code. I can't give it to you on the air because we want you to go get it at x96.com.
All right. So we're giving away tickets to
Blue October.
To Blue October.
Coming
for
in.
the owner recap.
Yeah, they're coming in October.
All right.
I wonder if is that a coincidence?
Probably.
Could be.
Okay.
Cody is here.
Cody. Would you answer, Cody?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Cody.
Hi,
was
Cody.
that a little much?
Is that overwhelming? How are you, Cody?
No. I'm great. How are you guys?
Good. Did you hear that Blue October song we just played?
Yes, I did.
Wasn't that just wonderful? All right, goodness.
It was.
Cody, you have a chance to win tickets to see them when they come in October at the Union. All you have to do is tell me who the Boner winner was today. I'll recap them for you. You tell me the winner. The tickets are yours. Did you hear them earlier, hear the Boner candidates?
Yes, I did.
That's what I want to hear. All right, Cody, here we go. Boner candidate number 1. The mayor of St. Louis says, we need help. Her name is Kara Spencer. The area, St. Louis and surrounding areas, devastated by tornadoes and storms. At least 5 people killed in St. Louis County and more injured, 30, 40 people injured. Property devastated. And FEMA and the federal government assistance is nowhere to be found. The mayor says, all of the city officials, all of the county officials, everybody is on point. Everybody's working and trying to help out here, but we can't do it ourselves. This is what the federal government is for. We need help, and it still hasn't come, as far as I know. Boner candidate number 2. I didn't make arrangements to see the wrong body. Poor woman. She goes to she arranges for a viewing for her deceased uncle. She went to the mortuary right before the viewing, and she looked in the casket and she said, "That's not my uncle." "Oh, yes, it is." "No, that's your uncle. It really." "No, I'm telling you, it's not my uncle. That's the suit we picked out for him. This is the casket we bought for him, but that's not him."
People look different when they're dead. That's him.
Now, look, I have a picture of him right here. Oh, yeah, I guess that's not your uncle. And finally, the mortuary located the uncle's corpse, changed the suit and all of that, but it took too long, and they weren't even able to have the viewing. And then there's Boner candidate number 3. Careful. He's an elderly man, an amputee. He's 92 years old, and he's armed with a butter knife. Be careful. A couple of cops go into the situation and give him. So the old man had he's not all there. Aside from his leg, he's not all there mentally. And he apparently poked somebody with a butter knife in the assisted living home he's in, and they called the cops. And so the cops say, "Give us the knife. And if you don't give us the knife, we'll tase you and we'll pepper spray you." And the old man said, "I'm not going to give you the knife." And so they tased him and pepper sprayed him and beat him with a baton.
Yeah.
a little bit of an overkill there. His injuries that put him in the hospital, and then he got COVID in the hospital and died. So those are the 3 candidates. Which one, Cody, was the winner?
Number 1.
It was number 1. Won by a fairly good margin. The old man got a lot of votes, but Yeah, the mayor of St. Louis saying, we need help here. We need help.
And I made the mistake of saying that when the guy died of COVID, I'm like, oh, that probably happened a while ago.
No, that's
no.
You can die of COVID in the hospital
yes,
right
that's still
today.
happening.
Yeah.
Still there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Cody, congratulations. You're going to go see Blue October. You're a lucky duck.
Yes, thank you.
You're
All
welcome.
right.
Hang on.
Hang on, and we'll tell you how to get those tickets.
Oh, man.
There you go.
I'm full of emotion today.
No, that was Cruffin you ate.
No,
it's emotion, too?
Yeah, emotion. I'm full of emotion. I don't know. When I read that story, the mayor of St. Louis, for some reason, the quote, it emoted, it brought forth the emotion that she was. You could tell she's just feeling desperate.
Yeah,
I didn't have to hear her say it. I could just read it in the words.
Between the FEMA cuts and the NOAA cuts, and
yeah.
But to be fair, those billionaires do need their tax cuts.
And then that Blue October song didn't help any either.
Yeah.
God.
All right. Well, we'll take a break. You can get yourself together.
What's that song called?
Into the Ocean.
Into the Ocean.
And, we'll have some big boy news after these. Stand by for that. Stockton 12 Honda.
Well, that'll make me happy.
That's an emotion.
Yeah, Stockton 12 Honda, your neighborhood Honda dealer. I've bought cars there. I will continue to buy cars there. I don't know if I'll buy a car anywhere else ever again other than Stockton 12 Honda. Now, I've bought new cars and used cars there. They have really nice selection of certified pre-owned or used cars at Stockton 12 Honda. The perfect vehicle for you is just waiting there, so stop into the dealership and search the inventory. Or you can look online. I mean, you'll have to go to the dealership eventually, but you can look online and kind of shop that way. The online shopping is at Stockton, the number 12 Honda.com. They're paying top dollar for trade-ins right now at Stockton 12 Honda, and that's not going to go on for right now, the prices are really high for trade-ins. It'll go back down, so you ought to take advantage of it now. It's Stockton 12 Honda. They're in the Southtown Auto.
Because we're
heathens.
Because we're leaving.
Oh.
I think they do.
We fly out on Easter.
I think they do Easter in Mexico.
But I mean, we're like flying.
Well, why don't you organize an Easter egg hunt on the plane?
Hey, that's
on the plane.
A good mom would.
Someone has done that before.
And get all the passengers involved. It'll be so fun.
I'm just gonna hide stuff in their suitcase. They can find it when they get there.
Oh,
the chocolate melted.
No, I'm sticking with jelly beans and things that don't melt.
I don't think we are not observing Easter in any way, shape, or form this year.
You could have ham when you get there.
Well, I could. I have a recipe here to step up my ham glaze.
Ooh, step it up.
A 3-ingredient ham glaze that'll step up your baked ham.
Only 3 ingredients?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, sugar. Or is it?
A brown sugar.
Yeah. Brown sugar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Water.
Yeah.
And?
Booze, probably.
Oh, like bourbon. Ooh, that'd be good.
I didn't look at it. No. I don't know.
You need to know what that third ingredient is.
I probably already deleted it. I'm sorry, Carrie.
Yeah. Damn it.
Without looking. No, wait. No. Oh, here it is.
Oh.
Wait. Let's see. I think I got it.
You're just teasing me.
No,
now.
I think I've got it here.
Is it Coca-Cola?
Wait a minute. Let's see. I gotta go. Lamb recipe. No, 2-ingredient trick for the most luxurious sweet potatoes. No, that's not it.
No, well, maybe when we come back, you'll have it.
See if you can step up your baked ham. Let's see. I'll look for it.
Oh, this is a good suggestion. This is how I'll celebrate. I'll watch Life of Brian.
Yeah, there you go.
Good suggestion.
There it is. I found it.
Okay.
Okay. Read more. The 3-ingredient glaze that makes ham 100 times better.
Brown sugar.
Okay. Come on, open, you son of a... Okay, there it is.
All right.
This glaze will work with any kind of ham. Half a cup of brown sugar. 1/3 of a cup of water. Well, there are 4 ingredients here.
What do you tell?
3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard and a
All right.
quarter of a teaspoon of ground cloves.
All sounds
That's
great.
4 ingredients.
That works.
How to make
water doesn't count as an
how to make
ingredient.
my 3-ingredient ham glaze? Use 4 ingredients.
That's confusing.
Yes, water's an ingredient because it says 1/3 cup water, pineapple juice, or orange juice. So.
We went to Hawaii for Easter when I was younger. My mom hid the eggs all around the hotel room and a couple hidden outside. It was fun.
Oh, okay.
Here's a simple tip. You can make the glaze while the ham is heating up in the oven.
Well, sure.
No, really?
Yeah.
Boy, they think of everything, don't they?
There's a reason why they call this Simply Recipes. It's for the simple.
Brown sugar, bourbon, and honey.
Yum.
That's what someone is saying.
That's what I would do.
There you go. That'd be a good one. All right. It's 9:20 right now, and it is time for Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by...
Waterproof your home with Base Coat because water can make its way through your foundation in many different ways. Base Coat specializes in a variety of permanent foundation waterproofing solutions tailored to your unique issue. From sump pumps all the way to major repairs, crack settling foundations, each solution backed by a guarantee. Schedule a free assessment today at basecode.net.
Well, we were talking a little bit about Donald Trump attacking the media, using his Truth Social platform. Trump lashed out, naming Disney CEO Bob Iger. Everybody, including their lawyers, has been told that ABC must not say that Qatar is giving me a free Boeing 747 airplane. This latest threat follows his strategy of media intimidation, including calls for FCC investigations of news networks and blacklisting reporters he considers unfair. The president referenced a previous statement with ABC, or settlement rather, with ABC over the George Stephanopoulos thing. And this conflict emerges against the backdrop of Qatar's reported $1.4 trillion investment plans in the United States. I again give these sleazebags fair warning, Trump said. But you know, Wendy McMahon, the president of CBS News and Stations, had aligned herself with Bill Owens, 60 Minutes executive producer who recently resigned. Now she's been forced out, it says. Forced out as president of CBS News, the latest shock to hit the news division amid an ongoing showdown involving President Trump, 60 Minutes, and CBS parent company Paramount. Ms. McMahon told her staff in a memo that it's become clear the company and I do not agree on the path forward. Executives at Paramount informed Ms. McMahon on Saturday they wanted her to step down, according to several people with direct knowledge. Paramount is, what is her name, Redstone.
Yeah.
She's desperate to sell that thing. She wants to sell it.
Well, and if you find a lot of this hard to understand, or why should I care? Watch John Oliver's most recent episode last week tonight, and he spells it all out, why it's important, and why we should be very concerned about all of this.
As the title implies, AMC's Dark Winds program, and by the way, I recommend it highly. It's very good, and now it's on its third season. This week was the premiere of the third season. It's a mostly serious, sometimes even very serious, very grave show. It's based on the Leap Horn and Chi novel series by Tony Hillerman. And the show follows Lieutenant Joe Leaphorn, who's played by Zon McLaren. And when you see him, you'll know him. He plays a Native American guy in everything. But this is sort of one of the first times I've ever seen him been given an opportunity to really show a range of acting, and he's excellent. His colleagues in the tribal police force of Navajo County, Arizona, and they investigate dangerous crimes on the reservation, some of which include elements that seem to be supernatural. However, over the first two seasons, the show has also done a good job of establishing a sense of humor. The third season premiere, which I just saw last night, and I wasn't prepared for this. I didn't know what was coming. Maybe I shouldn't tell you what it is. No, it's good.
There's already a picture up at x96.com/.
So there's an early scene in the first episode called Yetetosa, which means big monster. And it shows a pair of men, and you can see them at x96.com/live, and they're playing chess in a holding cell of the tribal police station. The men are played by, and I didn't know they were the executive producers of Dark Winds, Robert Redford and George R.R. Martin. So there they are, sitting in a cell, these two prisoners, playing chess as Joe Leaphorn observes them. Redford's character expresses impatience to advance the game, telling his companion, George, the whole world is waiting. Make a move. Joe makes a suggestion about how George should move his chess piece, which he takes, resulting in him instantly putting Redford's character in checkmate. Redford sarcastically thanks a lot, Joe. Way to go. Who replies with a smile and a shrug. The scene is brief, but it's just excellent. It's not stunty really, because it shows Joe Leaphorn as a very intelligent and humorous guy, and it's funny that Robert Redford is digging at George R.R. Martin about.
Well, I just don't know how George has time to play chess and act in movies when he's got a book to write.
He's not writing it. I don't think he'll ever write it. You said something that he said the other day, Carrie, that he's
having trouble.
Lost.
Yeah, he's having trouble finding the ending.
He's just lost.
I am sure there are some fan fiction people out there who would love to help him with it.
HBO Max has just released the first trailer for Welcome to Derry. It is a pre-sequel series to It. I guess because there's money to be made. Welcome to Derry is set 27 years before the events of the two It movies, which were adapted from Stephen King's novel. And apparently the murderous entity It feeds on children, hibernates for 27 years, so the show follows its previous killing spree. Okay. And Bill Skarsgård will be back as Pennywise.
Yes.
Let's see. Kanye West.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Blech.
It's just apparently he had an entire album leaked. Some jokers got a hold of it and leaked it on Discord.
Did they leak that song Heil Hitler that he did?
I don't know.
Because that's real.
Yeah.
It was a funny sketch where Kenan Thompson was Kanye and Mike Myers was Mike Myers on an elevator, and he didn't want to get on the elevator with Kanye or wanted to get off. They were stuck on an elevator. It was hilarious.
Would you want to be stuck on an elevator with Kanye?
No. This is weird. French police have broken through to the other side of a cold case. Break on through. Authorities uncovered a statue of Jim Morrison on Monday. The artifact has been missing from the Paris cemetery, where the late Doors frontman is buried.
Mhm.
It's been missing since 1988.
Has it been in somebody's dorm room?
Paris
since then?
public prosecutors uncovered the cultural artifact during an unrelated search, a source told the Agence France-Presse. Morrison, who died at the age of 27 in 1971, was buried in the Père-Lachaise Cemetery in Paris. The bust was sculpted by Croatian artist Mladen Mikulin and placed at Morrison's grave in 1981 to honor the 10th anniversary of his death. It says here mysterious death. I don't know. He OD'd. He was ODing, and he was overweight, and he was in the bathtub. The art installation was found by the Financial and Anti-Corruption Brigade of the Judicial Police Department, and that's the end of the story. It doesn't say.
It doesn't say?
It doesn't say where it's been.
Who had it?
Yeah, I'm sure there's more, but that's all they gave us in this particular cut. And if I'd known it was that short, I would have looked for something more about it. But
Here I have it.
yeah, was there more? There got to be more to it, where it's been and all of that.
Yeah, let's see. I'm scrolling. Sorry, I didn't know you were going to do
It doesn't. I didn't either. It doesn't look actually anything like Jim Morrison, as far as I can tell from this picture, and it has graffiti all over it. So, if that's it,
And let me get some scrolling music.
Okay. Yeah, this doesn't say.
It doesn't say in
Mm-mm.
an even longer story.
No.
Well, we'll have to find it. We'll have it tomorrow. The Who have unveiled the support acts for their upcoming North American farewell tour, including Billy Idol, Feist, Billy Bob Thornton, and the Boxmasters, and the Joe Perry Project, among others. Among the special guests on the summer outing are Booker T. Jones, Candlebox, Joe Bonamassa, Tom Cochran, and ZZ Ward. The Joe Perry Project will feature the all-star lineup of Aerosmith's Perry, Brad Whitford, and Buck Johnson, alongside Black Crowes singer Chris Robinson and Stone Temple Pilots members Robert DeLeo and Eric Kretz. The Who have also added a second Chicago show on September 9th due to popular demand. The outing, dubbed the Song Is Over Tour, now has 17 dates from August 16th in Sunrise, Florida through September 28th in Las Vegas. There's a pre-sale going on coming up tomorrow. And it's really so I guess they're just doing this big free-for-all with all of these people involved.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
Weather.
Well, we're warm and getting warmer. High of 70 and mostly sunny today. 73 tomorrow, 83 by Thursday. We stay in the low 80s, upper 70s for all of the holiday weekend, it looks like. So you should have nice weather for whatever outdoor stuff you are going to get up to. Big deals at Big O Tires are here. Save up to $120 instantly on select sets of tires at Big O Tires, the team you trust.
I have a funny bathroom story.
Okay.
A public bathroom story.
Okay.
And Bill will like this because I tend to attract weirdos in public bathrooms. There was the incident years ago at a truck stop in Panguitch. We won't get into that one. I'll tell you that after. But so I'm going to the Duran Duran show. This is Saturday night, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm at the Delta Center. There's like 20,000 people. It's sold out. Great show, by the way. Okay. But before Duran Duran goes on, I have to use the men's room. So I go and take care of my business. I'm at the sink washing my hands, okay? And I see in the mirror a dude kind of looking at me. And I'm like, oh, he probably knows that I'm Todd Newcomb because, kind of obvious. But I don't think he did. He's like, whoa, you got blue hair, man. It's like a blue Skittle. Yeah, blue Skittle. Yeah, blue Skittle hair. And he's obviously had a couple of beverages, And I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay, hey, great. And that was it. And I tell my wife that just happened. And then we go and we watch Duran Duran. So the next night, you're not going to believe this. The next night, it's The Cure. Okay. So we go to the Delta Center again.
Yeah.
And we're seated on a completely mirror opposite side of the arena.
Okay.
Totally different seats. And before The Cure goes on, and go do my thing in the men's room, and I go in there, and I'm at the sink again, and I'm not even kidding you, the same dude, I look in the mirror, and it's the same guy. Whoa, blue Skittle hair, you're here again, woo! And at that point, I high-fived him, we did a one-arm embrace, and I'm like, dude, we gotta hang out. So 2 nights in a row.
So you made a date with a guy in a bathroom is what I'm getting from that.
Apparently I did because of my blue hair. And I'm blue skittle hair, at least in his book. But that's just the weirdest thing that 2 nights in a row.
It is odd.
Different crowd of people. I mean, a lot of people were there for both shows, but God, that was just bizarre.
I'm surprised he didn't know who you are.
I almost thought of saying,
don't you know who I am?
I was going to say, the Bill Allred. But
he would have said,
and then
he would have said, well, you're Bill Allred.
Yes, and I would have totally owned that. And there you go. So that was weird. I also saw, like everyone, The Cure, there were more people that I recognized and that I knew and that knew me at The Cure show.
Van Duran Duran.
I bumped into our buddy Dallin Weeks from I Don't Know How, But They Found Me.
Oh, Dallin was there.
Yeah, he was there with his teenage daughter.
Really?
She was seeing The Cure for the first time, and I thought that was cute.
My offspring went as well and bought a Cure tour T-shirt.
Yes,
and has been wearing it around town. And practically everywhere they go with my wife, they say, "Hey, you went to the Cure? How was it?" Everybody loves the Cure.
And it was a young, you had for the Cure. There were more young people there than Duran Duran by far. We were seated next to a couple of teenage girls, and I kind of leaned over, like, "Hey, have you ever seen the Cure?" First, no, we're new fans. And it was adorable because they knew all the songs. They were singing along to all of them, even the deep stuff that the Cure played.
Yeah.
And they just had a great time. And I leaned over to one of them because it was when Robert was dancing around during Close to Me. And I says, I just love it when he dances because it's cute, the way Robert awkwardly dances. And she's like, "Oh, I know. He dances like my Nana."
Wait a minute.
Where's the same makeup?
Wait a minute.
Well.
Who said that? Who said that to you?
That was the girls, the teenagers sitting next to us.
Well, that might have been my offspring because they said to me, Robert Smith dances just like Nana.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my wife's mother. He does this kind of.
Well, all right. You'll have to compare notes.
Show me some photos.
Compare notes later.
Okay.
It's
a conversation I'm sure you've heard.
Yeah, many times. Mark is here from the Advocates. You probably have heard conversations kind of like that.
We do. Yeah, we get a lot of questions about car seats because if you are in an accident, they say that the car seat, even if the car seat doesn't break, that it shouldn't be used and that you have to go get a new one.
Really? I didn't know that.
Because you can't, there are unseen things that could be cracked.
Wow. It's the same thing with a bicycle helmet or a motorcycle helmet.
Right.
If you get into an
Really?
accident and you bonk your head,
You're supposed to replace
and
it.
the helmet. Yeah, you got to replace it.
No idea.
Whether there's no crack in it or anything, you just replace it.
Yeah.
This is why you call a professional.
Hey, that's it.
And if you don't replace it, and you get into another accident, Mark is going to say to you on the phone, "You don't have a case."
Yeah, why didn't you call us the first time?
Yeah, I mean, really, that would disqualify you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and most of the time the insurance companies will reach out and say, hey, you need to get a new car seat, and it's something that they'll work with you on. So, but yeah, you got to replace those after an accident.
So when somebody calls you at the Advocates, 801-355-5550, who's answering the phone right now, by the way?
So we have secretaries that answer the phone, and then they transfer it off to one of the attorneys.
So you could get a page right now.
I could get a page right now that says, hey, there's someone that needs to talk to you.
So give me an idea. Can you give me an idea of how you assess a case over the phone?
Yeah, so for us, the main thing that we're looking at is how did the accident happen, and was the individual that's calling at fault? Because if they're at fault, there's not anything that we can do to assist them.
Well, they say it was my fault, but it wasn't. I'm telling you, it wasn't my fault.
There are a lot of those conversations where we have to nicely explain to them that they were probably at fault. But yeah, if they're not at fault, then the next thing is what injuries did they sustain? Have they received medical treatment? And then we walk them through that whole process.
And sometimes I would imagine it's not the person who was involved, but a family member that calls.
Yeah, but especially the more severe the injury. So if someone's in the hospital, then yeah, it's usually a family member that will reach out, and a lot of times we'll go over to the hospital and meet with them and help them out that way.
And it's we say on the radio that you don't pay any money out of pocket. The only way that the advocates get paid is when they get you a settlement. So, by God, they'll get you a settlement.
Yeah.
They want to get paid.
Yeah, one of my favorite things I always say to people is they always say, well, do you think this is a good offer? Do you think that this is the most that they're going to pay? And I say, hey, we only get paid based on whatever we're getting for you. We want you to get the most money possible because it obviously means that we're going to get paid. So, yeah, we only get paid if we get a settlement. It comes from the insurance company, so it's not like the injured person is paying us out of pocket. We never come to you and say, hey, we need your credit card, write us a check. Our money comes from the proceeds from the insurance company.
Are we heading into the 100 Deadly Days or whatever it's called?
Yeah, we are. I think this coming weekend is when they start the 100 Deadliest Days. And I think last summer was the deadliest that we had seen in years. Yeah, it was bad.
And do you find that you're working harder during that time?
Yeah, we definitely notice that the accidents are more severe than what we see in the winter, and it's just because people are driving faster. So winter conditions, automatically people slow down and are not going as fast. Most of the accidents that we see in the winter are like rear ends because
those slow motion accidents.
They couldn't stop the ice, and so they run into someone. The summer, it's speed related, and so the accidents are more severe, larger injuries. This morning, just taking my kids to school, I'll just share this with you guys. I was pulling out of the school. This is a typical accident that we see all the time. Someone waved me out because it's 20 miles, so everybody's going slow. I'm pulling out of the elementary school. Someone waves me out, and as I start to go, there's a bicyclist who's coming and 3 feet from my car. If I wouldn't have glanced left, I would have hit this individual. So that's just a reminder that with these better conditions, summer conditions, people are on bikes, people are on motorcycles, people are walking, so you got to be looking.
Don't wave. We were talking about this morning. Yeah. Don't wave people out.
Yeah.
It just let them people take their turn. If Mark has to wait, he has to wait.
Yeah, and the other thing is if someone waves you in, usually don't follow it. Because you can't see what's going on. The better thing is just to wait and make sure.
So the Advocates, 801-355-5550. Nice to see you, Mark.
Good to see you.
Okay.
All right, we'll have some messages and play a song for you and crawl towards the exits coming up. BigOTires.com.
Well, save $120 on select sets of 4 tires now. through May 26th, and get to know your Big O Tire store. There's got to be one in your neighborhood.
There is.
We've got to get. So Muhammad had snow tires on his car
Yes.
for winter.
The Prophet?
No, my son. You should not have snow tires on if
No.
it's not winter time.
No.
It's not safe to drive on those. So it's a good time to think about getting some new all season tires.
I go to the Big O Tire on 2nd East and South Temple. Always a pleasant experience. And even, you may have to get a set of new tires. And that's an unexpected expense. You just don't panic. They have no credit needed financing, and they have other financing options as well at Big O Tires. So get to know the people there at your local store. Don't forget the Healthy Car Special for $39.95. Includes oil change, tire rotation, alignment, brake check, battery check, all of that. Go to bigotires.com. They are the
Well, there's that one on 21st.
Yeah, and they,
Still
I was complaining that places that have rotating signs that don't rotate them anymore, they do. Their sign still
Does it?
twirls around.
The weather vane is gone.
I don't recall a weather.
There
vane,
was a
but-
clown weather vane up on top of it. 7th East and
Mm-hmm.
21st.
Yeah, but they have that
And
kind
it's
of
gone now.
They have a kind of an oval,
Yeah.
rotating sign.
But Dee's Family Restaurant is different than the Dee's
they-
hamburger joints, right?
It's the same family, I believe.
Is it?
But yeah, I think so.
Well, let's find out.
I know.
You know.
Craig Worth.
Yes, Craig Worth knows these things. Our old friend of the program, Craig Worth. Here we go.
Come to D's. You walked up to a window and ordered. In the shadow of the giant clown, the D-Burger clown, that rocked back and forth over 50 food places.
Let's go to D's. Let's all go to D's.
D's drive-ins were an icon of Utah up until 1982. How much of an icon? Well, first of all, most everyone who was here then can still sing the jingle. And if you're a little younger, oh, sure, you know this one.
Let's go to D's. Let's all go to D's. They got some great things. Get down to D's.
And
Just go down to D's.
You parked
remember
and
that one,
ordered outside. Drive-thrus, they came later.
D's driving days. Delicious.
Now, the big deal was to bring home about 1 million burgers on 19-cent days. Lee and Lona Earl remember. He started as a cook at D's. He wore a bow tie and a smile, especially on those discount days, sometimes even less than 19 cents.
Like we'd had a 10-cent day or a 13-cent day where all hamburgers were extremely discounted, and that usually took a week just to get ready for it. So it was fun. It was a competition between all of us managers who could actually put out the most hamburgers in that day. My record was 1,165 dozen in a day. That was moving.
That's 13,980 burgers. And then came the Super D. That changed everything.
A better, bigger burger. D's Super D.
Lee says he made them in the exact order of ingredients.
After the buns are toasted, you flip it over, put your mustard, ketchup, pickle, onion, and on the Super D you had lettuce and tomato. So you put all that on there, then you put your cheese on the burger patty.
Yeah.
Flip the top on it, put it over on it, wrap it up.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
Disco.
A good time. Oh, I remember the 70s.
Great things cooking. Great things cooking. Disco down.
Just go down. I wonder if Dave Evanoff did that.
Younger says no. It was the 80s, and I have to include the goodie box.
A big juicy burger, a bag full of fries, an ice cold drink, and a surprise.
Well, these sold the drive-ins, and summer days were no more as they once were.
Hello to summer days, summer days, D's driving days. Delicious.
Today, the name lives on in a handful of D's restaurants. And outside, yes, on top, there still is a clown from the old days.
It's gone now.
Julie Wells is a co-owner of the remaining D's restaurants. She says the name is a heritage that means a great deal to her and the regulars.
Really, it's an honor and a privilege that the family, lots of my business partners and myself, still keep this name going. You know, it's a great institution. It's been around 88 years.
And pretty much every day, people tell her they remember the jingle of 40 years ago.
It's just a great jingle. I get the Let's All Go to D song sang to me almost daily by one of my customers.
I hate it.
When yes, you can still get a Super D just the way you could years ago. Well, for over 80 years, the Super D, it's been consistently the same. No changes. Well, maybe one. Oh, this is a veggie burger. Aha. Craigworth, ABC 4 News.
There you go.
Thanks, Craig.
Thank you, Craigworth. What a great guy. That's there was a D's walk up on Washington Boulevard at almost right about Riverdale Road, and I think it was when I was in college. I would go there, walk up, and I always got they had a fruit pie, kind of a hand pie.
Turnover.
Turnover essentially, with a big scoop of soft serve ice cream on top of it.
I just tweeted out a link to what Carrie just played there if you want to, because it's fun to watch it too.
Yeah.
To see the
See, especially the disco down
disco
to D.
D.
And then right after that, the box, the Happy Meal thing they did was a Battlestar Galactica thing.
Yeah.
With a Cylon mask on it.
Now they closed the one, the family restaurant in Ogden, the D's Family Restaurant, some time ago. My old family loved going there on Sundays, and they were very disappointed when they closed that.
We've toyed with the idea of going to the one on 21st, but it's my husband that usually proposes. Hey, we should go because he's the daddy. Yeah,
that's what Daddy says.
That's what Daddy says.
And I usually go. But
maybe you should.
Maybe we should.
That's what Daddy says, and the family all agrees, because if we don't agree, Daddy will beat us.
That's right.
Okay, Dad, I'll go to D.
Okay. Part they left out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man,
that Super D actually looked pretty good, I gotta say.
all
this talk about hamburgers now.
Yeah.
All morning long, I'm just like dying now.
So now, what would you where would you go to get a hamburger? Because you really, really want one now.
Do you know the best hamburger I've had recently?
What?
Was at that Utah brewery up in Ogden.
Was it good?
Yeah, well, let's talk fast food.
Well, but let me tell you about this one, though. So, nice big thick patty, bacon, crisp bacon, onion straws. That's just comes standard. It's not extra. That's just part of their. It's a really good burger.
Oh, I
probably did Crown Burger on the way home.
I went to Proper Burger most recently. That's the.
Is it good?
The one on was it State Street?
Yeah,
there.
just down that way.
It was good. I hadn't been there in a long time. The first time I ever went there, the fries were too salty. But this time the fries were great, and the burger was good.
Ed Brass is suggesting Loco Burger at 17th South in Maine.
Loco Burger.
Never heard of it. Oh. I trust
That sounds
you, Ed.
crazy.
I trust you, Ed.
That's Loco.
That sounds crazy.
The Avalanches. Frontier psychiatrist.
Where'd you pull that from?
Tell him, okay.
From my collection. That album, I can't remember the name of the album right now. We have it, but you can just put it on start to finish and let it go.
Just let it be.
It's wonderful.
It's the Avalanches.
Mm-hmm.
From how long ago?
90s? No.
I know I've heard that.
10 years ago?
I've
Google it.
Yeah, I've heard that, but it reminds me of Big Audio Dynamite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But
97.
97.
That boy needs therapy. I like that. And just because it was sitting there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if you know, you know.
Yeah. Did we play that on
briefly?
Yeah,
very briefly. It was too cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so folks didn't.
What's
didn't
that song
embrace it.
called?
Frontier Psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. They're Australian, so that kind of
Yes.
makes sense.
They're DJs. They're DJs now.
Oh, I see.
Successful
It's a
DJ.
couple of DJs. I'm looking at them right
Successful
now.
DJs.
Yeah, it's two guys, and they're still touring.
The album is Since I Left You. That's the one.
And they're still touring around apparently, doing that kind of stuff. It was like Godley and Cream. Remember the
They're DJs now.
couple of DJs, and they do stuff.
Successful DJs.
They are.
Let's do the promo. And
that thing.
Get out of
Let
here.
me find that. There it is. Okay.
You've inherited $1 million, but you're only allowed to spend it on other people. What are you going to do first?
Wait, I inherited $1 million? Who died?
Nobody died. That's the X-Poll question for tomorrow's Radio from Hell show.
Your participation is required. Be ready to call 877-602-9696 at about 7:45.
So I really didn't inherit $1 million, and nobody died?
A million reasons to listen to Radio from Hell. Wednesday morning here on X96.
It's double disappointment.
Right.
I didn't inherit $1 million, and nobody
No,
died.
I mean, sometimes you want someone to die. But
No, I never wish death on anyone.
anyone?
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, rarely.
You know.
Oh, again, just
Think about it.
Something's occurring to me.
How about not death? How about just a painful
Like having, you know what?
painful cramps? How about painful cramps?
Piles.
I wish piles
I
on
wouldn't have
me.
piles.
Wow. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Capuchin monkeys are only dangerous if they have knives.
You know who else has a knife?
Who?